Yeah,
All right.
someone
Great
who.
start to the stream.
Now I'm restarting it. All right, cool. So notes anyway. We're D&D, right? Anybody? Benjamin?
Oh, I'll do the notes.
Oh, JK.
What? Oh, the notes.
So we begin with a rest. We began with a rest last week. Vesper and Atticus talk about the possibility that they are probably both possessed, or might be, after what went down for Atticus in the tomb. And Vesper we know about. So we go back down to the cave. We meet some beetles. It's real gross. It's really not going well. And at one point, Gozik, not accidentally, but you know,
Yeah.
in a conflict of like self-preservation and team camaraderie, decided to yeet backwards, which hurt Zoot real bad.
Can you do me a favor and just read what I actually wrote instead of like trying to sugarcoat it?
Hey,
No.
if you want to do notes,
You could have read the
you can
notes.
read the notes.
Okay.
So,
Go continued his
you can
general game
interject,
plan
yeah.
of hurting allies more than enemies.
Okay.
I'll
And
remember
also,
that the next combat.
Yeah,
made
you
remember that.
absolutely no attacks and just healed everybody's hurting booties.
Because we love Prospero.
So stop shit
Nice.
talking Prospero, everybody. You're here because of him. Anyway, we decide to leave because we don't want to mess with this cave monstrosity thing anymore. And then Borzak tries to get info out of the guards, which doesn't work at all. No surprise there. We talk about our backstories a little bit. Learning about Atticus's family. Prospero decides to fill the silence by talking about his family. And somehow, I don't remember where it came up before, but Prospero apparently left a woman at the altar. So that was that was information that came out. And then we decided to leave and head to our destination of
Churchill.
Shurchal.
Winston Churchill.
Shurchal.
I think I just leave it. There you go.
Shurchal. Okay. It took us a while. Some knights passed us on the way and were like, "Out of the way, simple folk!" And that really incensed some of our party. And then we see a hot air balloon on the way to Shurchal. And it's centuries. What the hell is
Sentry system? Sentry?
Sentry?
Maybe? Oh.
Sentry system?
It is a sentry system. I definitely typed it out that way. Why does it say century?
I would just
Okay.
like to say that we found out about Prospero's like bride to be on January 31st.
Okay.
It's in
Then
the
she
notes.
must exist.
It's in the notes.
What I have written down is that she was the granddaughter of an elder.
Shit.
So
Get
That's
fucked.
rough, buddy.
Danielle's like, wow, this is cool backstory that I'm learning about.
Okay, so we stop on our final day of travel and a dude approaches and enter philanthropy. So, Vesper makes him a rich man by giving him money because he's starving.
Rich
We
as
get to the
fuck.
city. Prospero decides to give away a bunch of money and then is in trouble. And then Vesper tries to find Chet, who she has the hots for. And then Vorjak and Atticus go explore the slums. Fun.
Naturally.
Zoot goes shopping as usual, filthy capitalist. And Gozik goes off to be bougie.
You'd
What
go
a
shopping if you
surprise.
had money too.
I do well, I did.
You did.
Now
You did
everyone
have
else
money.
has money. The end.
All right.
Legend of
goes.
merchant wanting to go shopping. Ooh.
That is what happened, loosely.
Imagine. Lose. Pretty sure it's word for word.
I don't know about that. Anyway,
I think my notes, the wording of them really captured the mood better.
Okay.
Gozak, you are
Captured
up
your
in
mood,
the upper
certainly.
district, the Opal district. Everyone
Ooh,
else
the Opal
is now walking around the town. Yeah, Vesper spent some time doing looking for the chat. Other people kind of scattering out about, but as you guys walk around, you're blasted with kind of the reality of just how crowded this city is. Not more than a block or so as you guys each get in individually at your different times. You guys already find yourself surrounded by a crowd. Individuals of all races and sizes make their way through the streets, walking around the horses, horse-pulled carts, and just people. It's very loud. People in all directions converse and call out to each other. Vendors and salesmen attempt to yell over that. Yeah. So I think Vesper, you came back to the group now, I believe, after you looked around a little bit.
Well,
Oh, no, I guess
mean,
technically you're still
I
looking
said,
around.
I'm still looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoot's shopping somewhere. The rest of you three that are here, what would you like to do?
Browse the slums.
Browse the slums. You already did that.
Did we get the
Also,
other side?
that's
No?
that's got a
For
very
what?
questionable
Slave?
connotation.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. You know what? You're not even there. Wait, no, you are.
Yep.
Looks like
Yes.
on the map. At least. Did we meet back up with Prospero? I don't
Prospero
remember.
just snuck into the city gates, I think, and kind of braced for impact.
Oh yeah, he threw
so
like a bag of gold and then sprinted away or something.
All the silver.
It was
yeah,
10
yeah.
silver,
Yeah.
but
Or
yeah.
silver, yeah.
So I ate something like insanely spicy, so good luck talking for you guys. I'm gonna take a minute to get myself together.
Come on, Grant.
He's
What was
dying.
it?
Get your shit together.
Tabasco?
It was like a, hot Dorito.
It was like barbecue sauce, really spicy.
It was ranch.
Just a little bit of black pepper.
It was an egg.
It's
It was
just
a whole wheat
three.
bread.
All right, so Gozak, you're up in a bar called the Silver Cufflink. What would you like to do up there?
We're
Anything?
already messing up, dude. No.
It's fine. It's a Tuesday.
You know, I want to hang out. I want to talk to the ladies in waiting. I want to see what's up with the court.
All right.
Get all that good gossip.
Okay.
Spill the tea.
Mostly because when I left, Prospero was throwing money at poor people.
Right.
It was like, oh, this seems like a good time to get the fuck out of here.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. So you're just hanging out, chilling, talking. Make just a general charisma check, I'll say. See if you get any information. Alrighty. I will
Rip.
send that to you. Zoot, anything you feel like you need to do as you're going about?
Well, general shopping, the huge, and also if there's like, I guess Zoot has definitely been here before, but
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is like really close to his.
This
home
is like a
city.
definite stop on the way out,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess he'd be.
You know loosely where markets would be.
Yeah, I think he'd look for the usual stuff, and then he'd also spend a little time looking for like a, I guess, workbench, for a better term, if that would be like an inn, or if that would be like a
Oh, like, okay,
workshop
yeah. Okay,
in the air, like a guild or like a
okay, sure.
group that he's worked with in the past.
Alright, sounds good. That's probably easy enough, so you don't even have to roll because you've been around here, so. We'll say you have like a friend in town that you've met with before, that you've worked with,
Mhm.
and like traded things with, and he'll let you work in his workshop if you want. If you'd like. It's gonna be like probably on the far-ish side of the center. So
Works for me.
if you can zoom out and find yourself, it's the general area
Alright.
where you'd be.
Found myself. Yes.
Alrighty. cool. So just let me know. Send me whatever you want to try to make or whatever. It's like evening time, 5-ish. So whatever you want to do in the
We're
next
not
couple
gonna
hours.
be playing, are we?
It's gonna be
Oh,
difficult. It's a large city.
it'll be rough. Okay, sounds good. I will whisper you.
All right. So I guess it just leaves the three of you guys. Vesper's out doing her thing. Go's doing his thing. You guys got nothing to do? Nothing you want to do?
Take me to the library.
The library. Okay. So you guys, any particular library? You're just going to a library, or?
A library with an atlas.
Okay. That's probably pretty easy to find. So you guys walk around for a little bit looking for a library. Go ahead and roll investigation. Okay. Pretty easy to find. You don't even go very far. We'll say. Wait, are the other two following with?
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah, sure.
would you say you're going to the library?
Yes. I'd say,
Or
well,
no.
that's enough philanthropy for one day. Off to the library.
I will not be joining.
All right. Anything particular you wanted to do?
Look for a place for us to stay / bar.
Okay, sure. That's pretty easy. You find one called the Earth Pub.
I look for another one.
All right, fine.
The,
I'll tavern name generate it.
Neptune's nightclub.
What?
Ooh.
Neptune's nightclub. Go for planet.
Is that a tavern? Is that a club? I like it.
Yes.
Neptune's.
All right, we'll say it's sure
Kind of
Neptune's
sounds like
night pub.
like a stripper joint, sort
Night
of.
pub.
Neptune's Gentlemen's Club.
That would be the
Oh.
Lusty Triton. I feel like that would be a good one.
I feel like you're like running down the same theme there.
I thought that.
Yeah.
I think Danielle's got some on her mind in D&D. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what it is.
The Juicy
I
Steed.
would never.
The
Prospero's
Juicy
shirt
Steed. That's the one you
buttons
find.
Top off.
Oh, gross.
Oh, and you guys aren't like jumping on Alex for the juicy steed.
I didn't make that up.
That's
Wait, I didn't-
disgusting.
That's disgusting. That's what you
I would
find.
be
Name?
horrified
Oh
to
my
The
it.
lusty
god.
triton instead of the rusty triton, so much better.
Something pegged donkey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a chain.
No, it's Danielle who's got the problem.
Okay.
So what's the name?
It's the Juicy Steed. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh
Yep,
god.
I almost
go in.
forgot.
Yep, I
All right,
go
perfect. Sweet. Sounds
in.
good.
It's Vorjak's kind of bar, I guess.
Okay. Sweet. So you sent me. Gotcha. Danielle, can you roll an investigation check for that information?
Where
Also,
is Atticus? Oh, sorry.
Atticus
is
is-
Atticus with Prospero or
Yeah.
Vorjak?
with Prospero.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to do at the library?
I'm gonna look for books on musical instruments.
Okay, that's pretty easy to find. I don't think you need to roll for that too much.
Violin specifically.
Okay, sounds good. So you get a couple. Do you want like how to play or like songs or?
How to play and the history of the violin, or other instruments
History
too,
of the
just in
violin.
case. Yeah.
Okay, cool. How to play it would be easy to get. We'll say roll investigation for the history book, but how to play is pretty easy.
Boom.
All right, there you go. So
What
you
a
find a pretty simple
roll.
history of violin, which was made in the Elven lands.
Just made that up.
Absolutely not. I knew that the whole time. You should see the doc I have about it.
Oof, but it's like one sentence long, and I bet it says they were made in the Elven lands.
Type. It does now.
Just now. Oh,
Alright.
no. Awesome.
Cool. So, Prospero and Atticus, as you guys work together, reading your various things, finding your things, anything you guys want to talk about, go back and forth with? Because I have 500
I mean,
messages.
if Atticus
So,
is next to Prospero.
hazardous. Sorry, no, go on.
I was just gonna say, if he's next to Prospero, he would definitely just like spout out random facts and like share things that Prospero doesn't care about. Which is probably most things that he says. But yeah, no. What were you gonna say?
So, are you looking to learn how to play a variety of instruments or just the violin?
Well, I thought maybe, it would be nice to be able to play something else. I could have a band of instruments along with me. It's the same that Vorjak has as weapons, I could just pull one out and go, whishaw, on violin, and another one when it's like a cowbell or something silly like that.
Cowbell.
Well, I was just giving an example.
I could learn to play the cowbell.
I'm sure it's not that hard.
I've always wanted to try the pan flute, if I'm being honest.
The pan flute, what is that?
A pan flute.
Ah, yes.
It must be in this book.
I'll look. Do I find a pan flute in the book?
Yeah, you probably would find one in there.
See, it
Googling
looks like that.
Pan flute?
Yes,
It's like
the pan flute.
that's
Yeah,
your
I just
typical, like,
Googled it.
satyr thing.
It's got
Oh,
several,
yes.
fluty things.
Indeed. Why
And I've
would
always
you want to?
Yeah,
Why is that?
Well, it seems like it's, it's made out of reeds and wood and such. It's a very, simple instrument, but also, I don't know, interesting.
Indeed.
I could imagine myself sitting in the meadows, playing a pan flute to charm some animals.
Ooh, perhaps you should think about harps. They're very similar in that respect. I could see you playing a harp, sitting on some log and just playing it for animals. Sounds wonderful.
Might be a little out of my price range. Not
Well,
to mention the.
I think everything is right now. You have no money.
I in fact do have money, but
Oh,
not
well.
as much as I did.
That's certainly true. Well, I thought you gave away all your money. Yeah. Well,
No,
I thought it
not
was a
even
dumb move
third
to
of
get
it.
away with all of it, but okay. As long as you have some left to pay for room and board,
Oh yes, no fear. I have plenty. But a harp is probably a bit impractical.
Why is that?
Well, think about storage, transport.
You could just
I don't-
sling it across your back.
A harp and carry it.
Yes. You're quite a big fellow, aren't you? You could probably do it. You could get a smaller harp.
Perhaps we could sling it on Vorjak, and he would be our very friendly pack mule.
Oh, I don't think
That's
he
a
would
joke.
like that. You say that's a
Yes.
joke? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Very, very well. I don't think he would be too fond of doing that. Perhaps if it was a giant weapon, he would, but...
I suppose he could use a harp as a weapon.
Yes, he could. He could smack someone in the face with a harp. Be quite poetic.
Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, are you looking forward to returning to your home soon?
Well, I won't be quite returning, but I'll be in the city, I suppose. A bit nervous because I'm not sure exactly what to do, but hopefully we don't just get kicked out right away, or they try and attack us or anything stupid like that.
Have you thought about disguising yourself?
I couldn't do that all day, but I suppose I can do that. I could do that for an hour.
I only wonder if, like, once we enter the city or if we're in a more populated area, someone may recognize you. And, that may not be good.
Well, I mean, I wasn't banished from the city now. Just my home. Just the grounds, you know.
That's true.
Yes, I did live there for a dozen more years, about. So I might
Did
be
your,
fine.
did you, do you know if, I mean, there's no way of really that you could have known, but do you have any way of knowing if if word of what you had supposedly done spread to everyone, spread to the whole city?
Alex,
Sorry, what's up?
it was like a backstory kind of question. Prosper asked me if the word of like what I was accused of spread throughout the city.
Would
So I
you
was still
know
living
that?
there, you know, for a couple years.
Yeah, probably. I mean, people don't like necessarily like, oh, I know your name. Your like your face is plastered all over the walls, kind of thing. It's more like they already. How do I say it? Like, I wouldn't say that everyone like sees you and is like, oh, it's that guy, you know, and like they're gonna like throw you in jail. You were around the city for a while, just living on the streets. Like, I'm pretty sure the kind of thing, the kind of outcome that you faced was more like a, oh, he got kicked from his family and he's living on the streets. He doesn't need jail time. That's
Yeah.
probably good enough.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
like
that's what I figured.
people aren't gonna go out of their way and be like, oh, Atticus, my great friend, you know, but like people aren't gonna like turn you in or anything.
Yeah. I relay that info.
Well, that's, that's only fair. I think shunning people from society usually has a worse effect than not, but
Anyway,
Oh, you just cut on your headset.
That's weird.
Is it working now?
Oh, she's lips
Can you
are
hear
moving. I
me?
don't hear anything.
Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
So Prospero has to go get his laundry.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's okay.
Prospero's gonna keep reading and just be like, yes.
I'm caught up on my
Atticus will
all my
continue to
messages. So.
share everything and everything.
Did
I
you
imagine
know the pan
Prospero's not
flute
listening.
was invented only 10 years after the elves came to be? Just random shit like that.
Prospero's like, yes, flips the page.
I'm not listening at
Not
all.
Good.
All right. So, does anybody have any plans for how they're supposed to meet back with the group that they didn't tell where they were going at all?
No.
See, that's the
No.
problem. Didn't even think about it.
Exactly.
This is a big city.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Oh boy.
Yep. This is one of the bigger ones.
know,
Honestly,
I suppose we
Atticus
have-
has a feeling he wants to
you-
go to this
say
bar.
the fourth biggest in the world.
God, I hope we
Really?
have a message
wow.
as well.
Yeah. Duvetta, Arkville, Elmshay, Shurchal. Probably in that order. Yeah.
Oh.
What's up?
Am I gonna be successful by like nightfall or nah?
Go ahead and roll again.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
Okay.
Investigate.
Investigate.
15.
15. Okay. You find a guy who is you just find a guy he's kind of walking around doing whatever he's doing throughout the day. And you are just kind of casually asking around, and he says, essentially, he says he might know who you're talking about, but he's currently like at work, basically, is how he says it. So if you meet him back tomorrow, he will try to show you who he thinks you're talking about, and if that's the right person, then good to go.
Okay. I will arrange a time in place so that I'm at the right place, you know.
He'll say like decently early in the morning, so like 8 before he has
Okay.
to go to work, and he'll
Okay.
give you like a market and some street names and stuff.
Okay. Cool. With that information, I think I am gonna make my way up to the Opal District.
Alrighty. Sweet.
A luxury.
Before I get there, I would like to use my ring to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Ah, okay.
I'm not gonna like change my like race or like facial features or anything. I'm just gonna like spruce up what I'm wearing,
Okay.
put
Nice.
some like gold danglies on my horns,
Sure. Sounds good.
just like look wealthier than I am.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Alright, cool. So you approach the Emerald Gates. Very nice, fancy, matches everything on the other side of it. There's several guards standing around.
Yes, I will like approach like I am definitely supposed to be there.
Okay. As you kind of walk up towards them and do not stop, one of the guards goes, identification, please, ma'am.
I will pull out my identification. I have as part of my background
Oh.
have like super credible like false identity.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
Fake ID.
I'll say roll a deception check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
With advantage because you have the papers.
Okay. First roll is better. 25.
25. Okay. He just looks it over and he goes, okay, yeah, go ahead. And-
And I walk in.
I think out of the corner of your eye too, as you walk in, you notice one of the guards is just like, giving you like a side look, like watching you go kind of thing.
I'll give him like a little wave as I go.
Classic. That's what I was waiting for. No.
I was thinking a tail swish was gonna happen.
Well, you know,
It's a
Vesper
wink.
always
Yeah.
Vesper always walks with like a little bit of a
sway.
tail swish happening.
Yeah.
The
but
tail swing.
she
can see it.
definitely does like a little wave and a wink and goes her on way through.
Nice. No one's
It was the
questioning
same
now.
guard. It was the same guard that I like yelled at, wasn't it?
It was like yelled at. Oh
Like on the road.
no.
Okay.
I probably
I was
remember
like,
that.
All right. Sweet. So you are now up in the Opal District.
okay, I want to find some place to sleep for the night.
All right. Sweet. Honestly, probably the first place you go is the Silver Cufflink, the one that you don't know, but that Go has
Sweet.
found.
Okay, well I'll go in there.
Okay, sweet. You walk in, you see a bunch of people, and Go, this is what you've seen and been walking around talking to, is there's kind of 2 bars almost. One of them is more like an official, like, this is what the bar looks like when you walk into a bar, and one of them is more like people are drinking from tall, thin glasses over there at a bar kind of bar. And you see people drinking all sorts of drinks. Some of them look like way overdone, but also kind of good. But then there's also some guys that look like they're super wealthy, but are just completely fucking sloshed at this point. A good mix of folk, but you also do see Gozak sitting in there, probably in conversation with someone.
Does the person he's in conversation with look important?
I mean, to some extent, everyone does a little bit, and not like. None of them look like, like kings or anything. But for the most part, everyone here is dressed pretty well. I would say the people he's talking to right now, not important per se, but they look like a little snooty, maybe.
Okay, I will approach Go from the side.
Alrighty.
And kind of like slide in next to him. But I'm gonna lean over and I'm gonna give him a little kiss on the cheek and say, "Go, dear. It was so disgusting getting here. Have you seen the city? It's awful.
Oh yeah, it's just, so much rabble around the road. Why couldn't we just get rid of it?
So dirty.
And the lady that Go was talking to, she leans over. She's like, I've been telling the god for years that they need to get rid of that out there. They're scaring away potential new clients, for God's sakes.
Do you live here?
Of course, of course. I work in the jewelry shop down the road.
Oh,
If you
I
need
might
any,
have to go take a look. Yes.
anything. I mean, you look like you've put yourself together quite well. I quite like that necklace, actually.
Oh, thank you. Family heirloom.
Ah, well. And she like just kind of sips her drink, and you guys, anything you guys wanna,
Yeah.
just
That's
conversing
it.
generally.
Yeah. Gonna see
Schmoozing.
if I can
Schmoozing.
schmooze some information out of people. Probably same as Go. So.
Okay, I
I
will
hope
send
you have a better luck than I did.
Should I roll?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll charisma for schmoozing.
For
Charisma for
schmoozing.
schmooze.
Roll for schmooze.
19.
Okay.
90?
90, just fucking 90.
Wow.
Flat 90.
Natural
Oh.
65, baby. Let's go.
So I'll send this one to you because I think you'll probably be there for that.
Boom. I got
Yeah.
a nat 20, dude.
When I rolled, Alex was like, "Oh, they don't like the people outside the gates." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Critical information."
I
Which
know.
gate?
Big surprise. I mean,
I think I know the answer, but
Yeah, I'm specifically trying to target people who look important.
okay, sure. I'll
Gotta
say
kiss
that you do catch wind that one of them knows one of the guard captains, and they basically say like, yeah, they're stealing again from the holds. Got a whole nother crate of wine and cheese last night. Not really sure who it is, but they're way out of their league, trying to climb the cliffs. We'll get them eventually. You catch that. And then what I just sent you as well. And then the usual like, yes, that the slums are just great to look down on
Yeah.
in the morning. Kind of like that
Yeah.
shit.
I'll play into it, but
Alrighty, sounds good. Alright, so you guys go on through your night, and anybody else have anything to do? I'm assuming you guys are just all kind of like finding your way to various taverns and stuff.
how much am I gonna have to pay to stay here?
Oh, good cue, good cue.
Oh, a lot.
Let me look it up real quick for sick ass lodging, because that's what it's called. Because I know it's in stay. Okay, we'll go with 3 gold.
Okay.
Per room.
Well, I will get my own room. Well, yeah, I'll get my own room.
Yeah.
3 gold.
That's between wealthy and aristocratic, according to the table. So you guys do that. Everyone else pays a general like 5 silver for a night. Welcome back. Thanks for getting our laundry. Prospero, who's getting his laundry. What do you guys do in the morning? As the night goes on, you guys wake up the next day.
I'm gonna get up and go find my person.
Alrighty. I'm assuming you're talking about the guy that you're meeting, right? Not Go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure if that was.
I will, before I leave, knock on Go's door and tell him that I'm following up a lead.
This is
I have
7 in the
no
morning, by the way. Just
Yeah. Following up a lead. I honestly have no idea where anyone else is. Or how long we're planning on staying here. But I'll be back here at some point.
Okay, that's all. That's good information to know. Not the best info, but good to know. Could be checking out the shops in this part of town, I think, today, seeing what they might have to offer that we couldn't get in the other part of town.
Yes. Well, there's that
Yeah.
jewelry shop, you know.
True. Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I'll try to meet. Why don't you and I meet on the intersection as the main roads at like noon or something?
Which intersection? Can you like ping on the map? Okay. All right. Where like the gorgy area is.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. At noon.
Yeah.
All right. If I see any of the others, I'll let them know.
Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be a shit
Good
show.
luck.
It's fucking.
How comfortable was that bed, though?
Oh my god, it's the best sleep I've had in nights.
I know.
True. Probably
Right.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Alright,
sweet.
we'll
So
go.
you set out. Anybody else have anything you guys are doing today?
I think Zoo would try to meet up with the other people. But I think he'd go back and just look for a seedy bar.
Okay.
Because if he finds Vortex, he finds everyone else.
Just make a perception check for me. Unless you want to actively, I guess, ask around, then you can do investigation.
Okay, well, I'll just add 5 to that then.
Okay. 5? Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Feet.
Well, yeah, I guess, Vorjak, what are you doing today?
Gonna aimlessly walk around this part of town.
Okay. Well, then, Zoot, you would definitely hear some guy go, oh, there's a giant dragonborn. Yeah, I saw him. He was walking around there, that kind of thing. So you will be able to find Vorjak pretty quickly. Prospero and Atticus, what are you guys doing?
I don't know where I spent.
Just a tavern somewhere is what I was guessing. Everyone's kind of split up. You guys were at the you guys were at the library together, but I don't know if you guys were hanging out after that or what. But
I mean, I didn't really wander off. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say we hung out.
Just Jay chilling, vibing, reading books and
Vibing.
shit.
first night for months now that you guys have not heard the other half of the group, the rest of the group. I mean, there's probably some sort of merit in that, Don't gotta hear everyone.
Talked about trying to buy a pan flute.
Trying to convince him to
How much
buy
is a pan
a
flute?
harp instead.
I know it's in here. Let's
What'd
see.
you say, Alex?
I'm trying to see how much a pan flute is. Pan flute would be 12 gold. Harp would be. They don't have a harp in here?
Pamphlet
It'd be a
12
loot,
gold. Jeez.
probably.
Yeah, like
Zero
35 or
loot.
40 gold for a
Oh,
harp.
really?
Ooh, pan flute it is.
Yeah, harps are big.
Nah.
So, what do you guys do in the morning when you wake up, though?
Eating breakfast.
Excellent. After that,
Should we find our friends or perhaps head into town to an instrument vendor?
Well,
oh, you're not there yet.
I'm
It's
sure-
these two. It's
well,
these
I'm
two.
sure-
Zoot! Oh, I found you! Oh.
It's like,
well, yeah, it was pretty easy. Well, I mean, I found you guys, but
Sure.
it was pretty easy because I just had to look for the giant dragonborn.
Oh, Vorjak's here too. I didn't realize. When did you show up, Vorjak?
They weren't together, HB.
Oh, they weren't.
No.
Oh, fuck.
But they are now. So.
So I was tracking Vorjak.
No, I know. That's
we
what.
went with Vorjak. Come with to the library.
that's funny.
Well, that's weird. You guys found Vorjak too, apparently.
Wow, it all happened in the blink of an eye.
Oh,
How
Excellent.
convenient. Well, where do you think? I don't know where Vespa would be. I bet Gozak would be in the rich part of town. Perhaps we should look there.
wait, okay. I was planning on. I did hear about this shop that I've been to a while back. It was just getting set up, but it sounds like the gym on the hill is kind of a good place to go if we're headed to the Opal District.
The gym?
Gym.
Gymnasium?
G-E-M. Jam.
Oh,
Jam.
oh yes,
Stand on
the
the
jam.
hill.
Jam.
Well,
They-
why do we need gyms for gyms for
Gyms.
Gozak?
well, it's known to have some magical items there as well.
Oh, okay.
So it
Do
could
they
Well,
take
yes,
gems?
let's go there so we can look and not have enough
well, I
money
mean,
to
I-
buy
I
anything.
I would assume they had gems.
I mean,
Yeah, perhaps.
do they take gems?
I would
Ooh.
assume they take gems as well. Maybe on the bottom, or you could
How
just
do
try
you
to
think they
sell them.
got the gems? They probably bought them.
I would assume they might be able to buy your gems, considering it's called the Gem on the Hill. They might
All right.
specialize in jewelry or something.
Let's go then.
Well, you guys got nicer stuff?
What?
No.
In my experience here, the gods are not so kind.
Perhaps they'll know the Pontiff family. I could just wear these robes.
Well, I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. It's
I will just be friendly. That has never led me astray before.
Oh dear.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, okay.
I don't think there's any chance I'll get a buy then.
It's a good point.
I'll meet you guys at. Crap, where I stay last night.
The
The-
juicy
Yeah,
steed.
steed.
Yeah, something stead, homestead, something seed. I don't remember exactly.
Well,
We stayed at the Lusty Tripe.
As
I'm
we
not
did.
staying there.
The name wasn't named that for nothing. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
Well,
I think I
okay.
have contracted. Nope. Thanks.
yeah. By the way, if I get separated, I'm
I
probably
was
going
gonna
to
say
be.
tetanus.
It's a great place, just covered in rusty steel.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
meet you guys back at the stead place tonight.
Okay, to the stead. Did you say you'd go somewhere else?
Oh well, I mean, I could stay at the stead. I was just going to say if I'm not here, or if I'm not with you guys, or I'm not shopping, I'll probably be at my friend Crusoe's place.
All right.
Workshop, and
Where?
that's on the address.
Do you mind if I follow
Okay.
you, Zoot?
Oh.
Well, oh yeah, no, I was planning on walking with you guys to the Opal District. I wanted to go to the gym on the hill as well.
So am I the only one going into the actual Opal District now?
No,
Prospero,
no.
have you
the
ditched
store,
me?
the store is in the
No,
district.
we're all going together. I just
Well-
want to verify that I could follow Zoot there for sure.
I will show
Okay.
you where I believe it to be.
And you are accompanying us, Atticus,
Where are we going?
to
the
the
gem.
Opal District, where the gem is.
The gem on the hill is a magic shop in the Opal
Oh,
District,
I didn't know.
aka.
Oh, it's in the Opal District. Okay.
Did you put your hearing aids in this morning?
Listen here, you young nitwit big.
Sounds like a no.
That's
What?
all right, old man.
What?
Oh boy.
Well,
Uh,
anyway,
Sorry, I missed it. Is Vorjak going as well?
No,
Project.
No.
I own nothing else. I don't even own pants. I don't think I'm getting in.
I don't even know.
No pants. It's canon.
he's just kind of hoping I can show him his sack of like 400 gold and they'll let us.
I'm rich. See, I
I,
have
I would
gold.
say
Totally
based
can
on
do
your
it.
interactions here, that's a pretty good. Like, either you have to show your papers or pay the tax.
I'm just gonna pay him 400 gold. Jesus.
No, not pay him 400 gold, but like, here's my money. Have a little kind of like.
Okay.
yeah, like
Yeah.
say like, hey, I'm rich. Here's a gold for your trouble. Something along those lines.
Vesper's running across the city.
She's really
Yeah.
fast. Crazy. All right, so you guys are starting to head that way.
Mhm.
Vesper, you obviously there's a little time
Mhm.
wobbly here, but because you technically did this earlier, but you end up meeting this guy in the market that he pointed out. It's probably generally in this side of the city.
Does this guy have a name?
Roger.
Got it.
Yeah, it's Roger. Roger
All right.
Goodall.
Roger,
All right.
Yeah, it's
Roger Goodall it is.
Roger.
Oh shit, I said it wrong. It's supposed to be Goodall. It's fine. It's close enough. No, it's Goodall.
Roger
It's
Goodall.
Goodall now. Roger, good eye, mate. So
Aye,
Roger meets you, and he says, I think the guy you're talking about lives slightly down this way, and he'll lead you through one of the like more cramped, like slightly like worse off districts, to a like decently nice, all things considered, house. Pretty small, but it looks like it's probably just one room. And he just goes, I think he lives in there. If you don't mind now, I'm gonna have to get off to work then. Hope that helps.
I appreciate your help. Toss him a silver.
Appreciate you. And he'll head off. So yeah.
All right. Well, I will go give the door a knock.
Alrighty. You knock a little bit. A couple seconds pass, and you hear someone shifting inside. Second later, the door opens, and you see a familiar-looking face of one Chet. And he just goes, "Well, that's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you guys here. I'm assuming you're not here alone."
No, the rest of everyone are around here somewhere. Just found ourselves passing through, and I wanted to check in and see how you were doing, and perhaps meet that brother of yours.
Well, and he like looks around at the just like the little door frame around him and everything. Yeah, I mean, not out there anymore, but I can only upgrade so much, you know. Didn't want to spend all the money.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, come in. And he like
Alright.
kind of moves out of the way and opens the door a little further.
I
Can you
will
tell us
come in.
what he's wearing?
Oh god, no, you don't have to do
God
that.
damn it.
Pants and a shirt.
Nice.
Nice.
How many buttons?
Hot.
How many buttons?
How many
6.
buttons are buttoned up?
6 out of
He's got
6.
like the pastor collar on.
Yep, Chet's
Disappointing,
a.
Alex.
How
Chet's a.
tight are his pants?
Relax, you're not there.
Are they assless?
He's got his assless chaps on.
Top solid.
Oh, it's a good day.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Anyway, he opens the door, leads you in, and you see just some simple arranged furniture, just a little table with 2 chairs, one singular bed, and kind of just a mat on the floor next to it, and then there's like kind of a dresser and a little bit of cabinetry along the wall with, you know, kind of a cooking pot. All pretty standard, pretty simple, easy stuff. Um, I would say inside like a little bit nicer looking than outside even. Looks like he keeps the place, like at least keeps it up pretty well, if nothing else. But you do not see a second figure, and kind of as you realize this, he just goes, "My brother's, I think he's out, just playing with some of the other kids. I'm assuming he'll be back pretty soon here, actually. Generally tell him to try to check back in, you know, just because."
What are you doing for work these days?
Well, was working at one of the factories a couple streets down, but they had a fire, so I am currently enjoying my winnings. That's it.
Unemployed, huh?
Are things okay? Do you feel like you need
No, I'm
more?
fine, really. Thanks.
Alright. I have to tell you, Vorchak really likes his weapon. That was mighty generous of you.
You know, I'm sure I would have too, to be fair, but I just didn't feel like trying to sell it. People go asking questions when someone from down there goes and hands a nice weapon over for some gold, so.
I understand.
Glad it at
But
least went
you
to a
did
good
earn
use.
it.
I mean,
It certainly has seen lots of battle.
you know, I believe.
I have a bit of an ulterior motive in seeking you out. You know the city far better than I, and I was hoping you could help me with something.
I would say I just moved in. Grew up here, lived
Still
here all
know
my
it
life,
better.
just moved in. Isn't that crazy how that works?
Still know it better than me.
It's fair.
I'm looking for information on someone who I suspect to be a little bit criminally inclined. And
Is this a friend of
I'm
yours, or
wondering. No,
just the way you're
hardly.
asking it, it's a little, just curious.
No, not a friend. I would dare say a foe, in fact. But sometimes you just have to do these things. But I'm trying to find them, and I don't expect you to know, but maybe you know someone who can might know the underdark part. I don't know, words are hard right now.
Criminal
The
underbelly.
Underdark.
The underdark. Just someone who might know those types of people.
I mean, yeah, I probably could grab some people and see what they know. What are you looking for? Or who, I guess?
I'm looking for someone who goes by Black Veil.
Black Bill.
Did I say that right? I don't know. I'm checking my notes.
Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Black
Nope.
Veil. Yeah.
He's a pirate. No,
Of course.
Great.
no.
Yes,
no, no.
Black Veil.
Time for a detour, people.
Out of the middle of the continent. Hey, river pirates. Those are a thing.
Yeah, now everyone transition over to your Sea of Thieves game.
Oh man.
We're gonna play this one live. No.
Why? Well, we switched platforms.
Such a good noise.
That was good. Okay, so he goes, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll ask around. That's a pretty ominous name. I understand I guess, the thought behind where he might be at in life. Any additional information you have about this guy or girl? Or is Bill a girl name?
I don't know. I suppose it could be like a nickname.
Sure.
I think it's a guy though.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I'm willing to pay for information. Also,
That should help the cause.
I can't say for sure what this individual looks like. I can only guess. Has dark yellowish brown skin. And claws for fingernails.
Yeah. Shows a
Might
person.
use a great axe. I don't really know, Chet, to be honest with you.
Sounds lovely.
He sounds horrible, but
Yeah, well, I mean, I can ask around. I don't really know. Gold will help if I say that you're willing to pay for information.
I can give you some now, if that would help.
Sure. Sure.
I'll give him 10 gold.
All right. Do you know how long you guys are gonna be in town? You and the lot?
I would guess a day or two, not much longer.
Okay. why don't you meet me at the a tavern? Do you know any taverns? The Hazelnut Pub. How about that?
Hazelnut, I will
And
find it.
tomorrow evening, I guess. See what I can get in a day and a half.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And you hear a couple of kids yelling as they run around the corner of this little like block, which is like, it's not really like, lined out very well. It's just a lot of like houses here and there. So there's kind of like weird alleys that a few of them tuck into, but one of them kind of runs your way. He looks to be like, he's Elvin. Looks to be probably like 12 years old. He's not like a child per se, but he's definitely not like an adult, especially
Yeah.
for an elf. I mean, elves generally mature physically, like same age as humans, so he's pretty young still. But yeah, he comes running around the corner, and you see immediately some similarities between him and Chet. And like obviously this is his brother. You can tell it pretty quickly, especially you who has seen and met and talked to so many people. And he just kind of nods at Chet. Chet's just like, getting late there. It's pretty close. And the kid's
Isn't
just
it like super early in the morning?
well, yeah, but he said he has him check in every now and then.
Oh, okay.
But the kid just kind of rolls his eyes and he's just like, starts walking inside. Doesn't even react to you being there. Hello. Do you manners? And the kid's just like, hey.
I just like, hey. Back.
And Chet just kind of face palms a little bit. He goes, "This is Bo. Bo, this is my friend Vesper."
So, hello. It's nice to meet you. You've got a great brother.
He's all right.
Little shit.
And Chet's just like, "Yeah, sounds about right."
All right. I'll see you tomorrow evening then,
Yeah.
and
See you then.
let us know if there's anything we can do for you.
Appreciate it, but we're doing fine here.
All right. All right. Have a good day.
He nods and like kind of walks you out, and by walks you out I mean like 3 steps forward to the door.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small 1-bedroom or like 1-room house, so yeah, but leads you out, and eventually you wander your way back, and just for shits and gigs, we'll say you happen to see 3 familiar friends departing a tavern
Oh man.
with intent southward, deeper into the city.
Oi, Prospero, Atticus, Zoot.
Oh, well, hello there, stranger.
What do you mean? That's Vespa. We know her.
Oh, is it? I had no idea.
Oh, I mean, yes, she looks a bit different. Attire, but
Oh, she looks the same now.
No, I look the same now.
oh, it went away.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
I mean, it's just like a quick thing to like get me in the gate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, Vespa, how did your errand go?
Well, I didn't find Chet last night, so I spent the evening up in the Opal district with Go, just kind of talking with the people. They're sort of horrible, honestly. But
Eat the rich.
I was able to find Chet this morning. And he's looking very well.
Is he?
Moved into a nice little house.
In the Opal district.
No, just over that way, block or 500.
But above the breach between the slums and, sorry, the middle class and the upper class.
No, he's just. I don't. He's just right over there. Like-
Oh, so he's still roughly middle class.
Well, he went from being dirt poor to having money, so.
Well, excellent. I was just curious on what. Anyway, we are headed to the Opal District. But before I continue, did you find out what you needed to know so desperately?
I just wanted to see how he was doing. You check in on your acquaintances. It's good to build a network, you know? You never know when you might need someone.
I've never thought of it that way. I don't have a network.
I don't have acquaintances besides you guys.
You should
Yes,
probably
I
work
guess.
on that.
I keep finding more and more ways that Atticus, you and I are similar, old friend. I don't know if it's unsettling or privilege. Prospero just stares off into the distance. Well, would you like to accompany us, or are you on other errands? Have you had enough of the Opal District?
Will accompany you. I'm supposed to meet Go at the, intersection up there, but we'll find him, I'm sure. What'd you do with Vorshak?
What did we do? What did Vorjak do with Vorjak, which we don't know.
Well, he
Alright.
thought that it might be difficult for him to enter the Opal District.
Probably right.
Seems the
Yeah.
gates are rather narrow.
No, just
Well, maybe narrow-minded.
He's broad-shouldered.
yes.
As you guys are having.
Boo.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just giving Danielle the boo. That's all.
Thanks.
Boo.
Thanks, Benjamin. Boo, you suck!
As you guys are walking around the madness that is the main street leading through Shurchal, you are approached by a young elf with kind of pale grayish skin, wears plain clothes, simple shoes, but he has a kind smile, and he waves at you guys, comes up and goes, hey, the name's Alice. What?
Always.
Alice?
Oh, with
Oh.
an A.
Yeah.
I was spelling it with an
Sorry.
O.
Alus.
Alus!
Alice?
It was gonna be like this.
Oh no, I was retyping that, damn it.
Alice D's nuts.
What?
Not sure if that's a very good one.
Alice.
Honestly,
Alice in
no.
I
Wonderland.
think maybe like more words in front of it or something, but I don't know about that one.
Yikes. Okay.
He goes, are you folks travelers to town? And he looks kind of younger too. I guess I should mention that. He looks like he's maybe 20 something.
Well, yes, of course. Why do you ask, young man?
Oh, you know, you look like travelers. You guys have the bags on your back and everything.
Oh,
The way you're looking around doesn't look, you know, most people are used to this. He just kind of looks around. If you don't mind, give you a tour.
I think we've seen plenty of
Spy.
this place, but thank you.
I actually would love a tour.
Oh boy.
Are
Everyone
you
put
part of the
May I ask, though,
agency?
what are your affiliations, political and social and economical?
God.
Do you work for the tourist agency?
Do you actually say that?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think we have one of those, but I mean, I guess I could start one. No, I'm just a kid trying to earn some money.
Oh, there it is.
I know absolutely nothing, and I need to know where the Hazelnut pub is at some point. So,
I know
yes,
that.
I would love a tour.
I know where that is. I could show you there. Do you guys all wanna come or?
Yes,
You guys
I too
don't
need
have
to go
to.
to the Hazelnut Pub at some point.
Why is that?
I suppose we could take a detour.
I like hazelnuts.
Have you
Wow.
seen the city? It's a crowded clusterfuck. Like, a tour would be nice.
His Jack and I were exploring it earlier. It was quite fun. We'll learn as we go. You know, we don't
Oh,
need a tour guide.
A tour.
I'll go on the
Tour?
tour.
Yes.
But you two can continue on
How
to,
much do you charge?
Oh, I don't really have a number. I kind of just, you know, however
Yeah.
you feel like.
Alright, we'll pay you at the end. We'll see how good it is.
Much appreciated.
Zoot and I will follow behind, but not be part of the tour. How's that?
I'll pay for them.
If that's what you want.
Do not do that. No.
You can't profit off of his service and not pay the young man.
I'm not going to listen. I'm going to be talking to Zoot about old man
Oh, that's
things.
true. He doesn't listen very well, so.
Oh, excuse me, Prospero.
No.
Anyway, alright, where do we start?
Lead on, Alice.
Actually, the first thing I was going to talk about was, and he points backward behind you guys. That out there is the squabble. That is what people call it. It's a lot nicer name than saying, you know, slums, which is what some people will say. But there are thousands of people out there displaced, unable to find jobs or homes, I guess. A lot of them not even from here. Some of them are, but most people come from around the hills, you know. They don't really have a place to stay, and unfortunately that's where they end up. Lord Phytoon, he kind of doesn't really care about them. He doesn't really care about anyone outside the Emerald Gates. It's kind of the gist that I get. But those people, you know, like the people that are outside the gates, at least as long as they pay the taxes, he doesn't really care about them, or stop to worry about them. But those people, I don't even think he bothers with taxes, as long as they stay out of the city, you know, or stay out of the way of people that are coming into the city. Not exactly gonna, you know, worry about them, unfortunately. And apparently there are some organizations that help them, you know, they try to bring them food and water, others that just unfortunately have to retrieve the bodies. But that's the first thing that people see. Fortunately, that's the reality of it. He turns back around and goes, now this is the People's Parish, is what they call it. It's crowded as hell here, but people are the lucky ones, you know, if they make it this far. He starts kind of walking you guys up the road a little bit. As you can see, most of the way up this road generally is a lot of like sales. Anyone that wants to sell anything to you is going to put their roots down here if they can afford it. First place you see when you walk up towards the, you know, anywhere else. So there's a lot of nice shops here, and he kind of points out a couple and talks about them a little bit. Different places to buy food, goods, clothing, anything. But he pretty much kind of points over to a few neighborhoods off in the distance, and he goes, generally down here is even more than a free-for-all out there in the squabble, unfortunately. At least out there, you know, you kind of know what you're in for. People in here have the illusion of security and safety. People here can't even really agree to how to build their homes. And he, like, again, points to the few neighborhoods, and he goes, some of them prefer stone and brick. Others, like my grandfather, uses wood for their homes. The place down here is just kind of ridiculous. If you look around, it's a big old mesh of this and that. They want us to believe it's one big community. That's why they call it the People's Parish, but it's really not, unfortunately. But there are a lot of nice things here, as long as you look around and, you know, stay out of the darker, filthier sections of town. There's always good things here. Eventually, he'll lead you all the way up to the Emerald Gates while he's talking about many different things that sound nice, like different cafes and shit, stores, all that kind of thing. But maybe like 50, 100 feet away from the gates, he stops. And he says, beyond that is the Opal District. People there live happy lives with plenty of space to grow plants, enjoy their yard, water their flowers, things that, for the most part, we don't really have down here, but I haven't been on the other side too often. But their homes are made of nice stone, fit together perfectly. Everything looks made intentionally, as you can see, and he just kind of like lets you look through the gates a little bit, and you guys can see all these things. Obviously, Vesper, you saw it earlier, but you guys will see the buildings that are all very similar looking and made in a very intentional, streets are straight kind of way. Um, yeah, to get in there, you're going to need the right kind of papers, identification, or a flash of coin, I assume. Beyond that is the Confluence Castle, home of Lord. I guess I'll just give you the pronunciation too, in case you ever need it. Phaetun Boomy. He's well disconnected from the people, as you can see. Most of what goes into the castle doesn't even go through the city, which problematic in its own right, but not my thing to control. Most of it is brought up from the cliffs, placed directly into his lap by his servants and guards and hundreds and thousands of people that work for him. And he kind of like starts to turn away, but then he stops and looks up at one of the banners that's kind of hanging down around the gates. And he just goes, yes, Shurchal, the Queen of Emerald, our city was named after her. She was a, some think she's a legend, others think she's part of history. She was a green dragon with emerald scales, one of the very few that have more gem-like scales. But she helped the Hill Elven people a lot, especially when they were forced to flee at the hands of orc tribes. But got the city named after her, so she must have done something right. Yes, you can just talk. There's only 2 of you. Well, 4.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Much appreciated.
How long has your king been in power here?
He's not a king.
Lord.
The Lord.
How long has your lord been in power here?
Well, since before I was alive, which I guess is not that long, but I think it was 50 or 60 years ago. It's been a while. I don't really remember. I mean, he used to have a kingdom, but that all kind of fell apart. Big surprise when you don't ever
On the
see the
Firebase.
people. Nope.
And are you you do as you've made some comments throughout the tour, you do strike me as a politically minded individual. Have you ever thought of
I
penning a treatise on the social inequality in your fair city?
I don't know what that means, but no, I haven't thought about it.
Have you ever thought about writing a pamphlet to express your discontent with the way things are today?
Oh, I mean, you could just ask anyone that lives here, and we can all write a pamphlet
Why don't you?
because we want to continue to live.
Oh, so if you
Generally.
were to express your discontent, you'd probably all be murdered. Is that what you're
Well, I
saying?
mean, if we all did it, I don't really know how that works, but
Viva la
probably.
revolution.
But if one of you did it, you're saying you might be executed.
I mean, I'm not trying to find out. No offense. I mean, yeah, I tour people around the city for like some silver a day, so.
You do seem to know the inner workings of everything, though. Is there any, like, really good gossip you could let us in on? I promise to pay for it.
Some hot goss.
Um, Nothing. I mean, where to start? I mean, there's so much. Is there something particular you're looking for? I mean,
I don't know. I just like to hear the dirt on people.
are you talking big picture? Well, I mean, they say that there's satyrs stealing from the castle. I don't know if that's true or if people just decide that they want to make that up, but
Would it really be such a bad thing if satyrs were stealing from the castle?
oh, I hope it's people, because then at least they can use it. Whatever they're taking. I don't know what satyrs are gonna do. I don't actually never met a satyr. Are they nice?
I think they play
Have I
pamphlet.
ever met a satyr before?
Um, I mean, probably not. But like, you're probably the closest out of anyone that might have. Probably not though.
I've heard
Probably
some
not.
really interesting stories, but I can't say I've never met one.
Oh well. Anyway, and he kind of turns away and points down the block where he starts walking, and he goes, "At least we have access to the library, you know. The Luna Clutch aren't exactly elitists, I guess, so that's cool. Not inside the Emerald Gates like everything else." Just kind of shrugs, and you guys walk past a tower, not too tall, but maybe like, you know, your best guess would be like 3-4 stories tall. It's kind of pointing like the opposite way of the city. So the tower shoots up and then the stairs go up in the way that most city goes down, kind of thing. You just see a little flag hanging on top with the Shurchal flag. But it just looks like a little tower, and you guys see couple people walking in and out with books in their hands. But he will basically start leading you through various different neighborhoods, different streets, showing you guys parks, markets, some of the like nicer neighborhoods, which are like actually pretty nice here. But some of them are like nice but small. You know, it's like such a mixture here. He'll point out giant work factories, small stores. Some of them look actually pretty nice. You know, some of them selling very strange things, but it's a big city, so it's not too surprising. It's just kind of weird. But eventually the tour will end, and he leaves you guys at a crossroad of streets.
Did he show me where the hazelnut pub was?
Oh yeah, he would have pointed it out.
Okay.
It's generally in this, you know, this kind of general
Okay.
direction here.
Oh yeah.
And he just kind of points you guys out at the crossroads of this street to 3 different taverns within a short distance. He's like, if you guys are staying the night here, a couple places there, I guess. There's a nice, the Moody Capped Inn, the Jolly and Folly, and then the Earth Pub over there. All not bad places to stay. I guess people come and go there pretty often, so otherwise, thanks for spending time, I guess.
I'd give him 5 gold.
Okay, he looks down and he's like, that's very generous. You really don't have to pay for them or the next people. But
I'm just paying for the tour, for me.
oh, very generous. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Have a good night. Peace. I like stumble into the moody captain.
It's not nighttime, by the way.
I know, I
Oh,
still
okay.
want to go in.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
good.
It's probably
Is Zoot and Atticus still behind us?
Yeah, we're talking about old people shit though.
I was gonna ask him for the location of an old folks' home, but I didn't.
Well, I know what that one is. Visit my friend Gary there on a bi-weekly basis.
Where's the bingo hole?
so you guys
That
are
door
like
to your left.
kind of over here-ish.
All right.
It's like probably a little bit past 11.
So to the Opal District then.
I want to lunch first. I'm starving. Wow, history is famishing. Ugh.
Yeah,
I order a Philly cheesesteak.
a
Do they have it?
glass
Meat?
door steak.
Okay, I've never said he was vegetarian. He was considering it.
Okay, so that's good. You eat a
Prospero is pescatarian.
feast.
Nothing with the face.
You get a Philly cheesesteak.
Thank
I feel like it's gonna be like a Janali cheesesteak or something. You know, like there's gotta be like a different one, something around here.
Janali.
Nolly cheesesteak.
A no-
It's a Churchill.
Nolly.
a Nolly cheesesteak. That's canon.
A Churchill.
Churchill. Yep, that's a place. That
Is
doesn't.
that,
Churchill.
is
There it is.
that like when you upper deck a toilet at Churchill?
Oh god.
What?
All right.
All right. So
Okay,
Alright, we can take off. I've had my fill. How much for the cheesesteak, bartender?
like a silver. 2 silver.
10
Oh,
plat.
really?
3 silver. No,
Oh,
just knock off some silver. All right. So you guys are heading out.
Yes, in the direction of the Opal District.
Got it.
Hey,
Gee, Borzak has stayed in the same spot for an awful long time.
No.
It's had a lot of beer, probably.
Spending the night with
Oh,
a
pub
lovely
crawl!
wench.
Pub crawl.
With a lovely,
Lovely what?
Sorry, he's spending the morning with a lovely wench.
Wow.
It's canon.
is-
I want a
is
pan flute.
it- well, I'm sure we can find you a pan flute.
Sorry, I want a pen flute.
I want a hop.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we can find you one at some point. Oh wait, is Gozak with us as well?
Well, as you guys are walking up the street,
At the crossroads, so...
yeah, as you guys are walking up the street, you will eventually see Gozak. Probably a little late. Yeah, no, probably like right on time or so. So it's like
Go.
noon,
Any good shopping?
and you would
You.
go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
go on.
I was just gonna say
Uh,
you might see Go in a new coat, depending on whether or not he accepts that deal.
Ooh, fancy.
I went into a clothing store, looked at some new duds. You know, not exactly at the price that I wanted, but I think we're working it out, or we worked it out.
In the past, but also right now.
Did you find whatever you were looking for?
I did. Thank you.
We had a tour.
Oh, and we had a tour.
Ah,
They had a tour.
we had a nice conversation.
Did
Yeah,
you
we
know
did.
that
Folks just
satyrs
tagged
are
along.
apparently stealing from the castle?
oh, the people last night had no idea. Just thought that they saw some people walking around who looked like they didn't belong. But it's interesting sets of satyrs.
Yes, I overheard that people were stealing, but I just found out today that it's apparently satyrs.
It's not confirmed.
Uh,
That's a guess.
those are my criteria, Alex. It's probably gonna have to be custom made.
Yeah, that'll probably be
Sent the
custom
coat.
made.
Gotta be super.
I'll message you back
That's a
on that.
lot. Jesus. It's an all-around coat. Wow.
Sheesh, yeah.
Desert environment through the
That's
day.
qualifications, my man.
It's got to survive a desert at day and night, so hot and cold, and it's got to be strong enough for ocean.
Or it's just like a light color, but heavy. Right?
Not too hot, not too cold.
Is
Just
right.
is Vorjak just like drinking? Do we need to like hop over to Grant?
Oh, Vorjak's. Who knows? Or
Okay.
you left Vorjak in
Do
the
we
tavern.
need to stage an intervention?
Perhaps, yeah.
Well, he
Or-
doesn't want to come to the Opal district, so I don't think anything we do will change his mind.
Okay, so Gozik does show up in a new coat.
Very
The art of the deal.
It's
It looks very nice on you.
thank you. It has a hood.
How very snaky.
No, it's for the sun, cause the desert. It's don't want a sunburn.
Oh,
Bill, what color does your skin turn when you burn?
Charcoal.
You know, it's kind of like the color it is now, but more red. Not like an Inferno-born tiefling red,
Well
but
said.
like it's a little red and red and brown with like just a teeniest little bit of green in there. You know that color
Alright.
combination I'm talking about.
Nope.
But that's why you get the hood, so that way when the sun is up, puts a hood on, and your neck and your face don't get sunburned.
Well, the rest of these guys want to go into the district to do some shopping of their own.
Okay. Stuff is maybe a little expensive.
Well, I mean, I heard of a magic shop in the area that would be a fun little look.
We could always just steal as well.
Nice.
Atticus, I would suggest not doing that unless you want to spend the night and another night and a lot of nights in the jail cell.
Well, of course, the whole thing is not to get caught. You know, it's not breaking the law if they don't catch you, right?
That's not how it works, no.
Oh.
Well, if the jail dog's secret word is banana, then I think we're safe.
Well, I mean, something tells
Is that
me.
a universal thing, do you think?
Everyone uses the same exact word. You
They all
got
get
one
their
down,
drugs
it's
straight
just
from the same
jailbreaks
place.
everywhere. Yeah.
It's papaya. Excuse me.
Yes, always fruit, of course.
Of course.
All right.
So, everyone, let's be on our best behavior. No petty theft.
Man,
Well,
glad
it's
you need
not
to say that.
petty. It's thieving to rich people.
That's
It's almost
true.
warranted. Don't quote me on that one.
Well, maybe we'll like decide on it later. Let's just try to avoid it for now.
Okay. So you guys approach the Opal gates eventually. Make your way past all the stores and people along the way.
God bless you.
Bless your sweet,
Friendship-
beloved soul.
Friendship blesses you.
Yeah, we walk right through those gates.
Ostium
big deal.
blesses you.
Guards stop you.
I've been
I
poisoned.
pull out my papers.
I pull
I've
out my
got 'em.
papers.
Alright.
Do I have papers?
I pull out my papers. Do I have paper? Oh,
From an
no.
off the map village, probably not.
I'm gonna pull out my papers because I totally have them, right?
I pull out-
I'm pretty sure your papers would have got revoked if you did.
Oh,
I
wait,
still
would
have a name.
Dude, have paper?
Probably not.
Fair.
So I think they'll probably wave these two through.
I show my little pouch of platinum.
Then you just show it. You're
Just
like,
like-
That's all you do.
Hey guys!
I give them
trick or treat. Trick or treat.
5 platinum.
5 platinum.
Jesus
What the
fuck.
Okay,
fuck?
fine. 1
No,
platinum.
no.
I give them
How
1
how
platinum.
much are you giving
No.
him? How much are you giving him?
5 is gone
How
already.
much do they want?
How much are you giving him? You show the bag, and he immediately is just like looks at you like ready to see what you do next.
Give them 3.
He goes, of course. Nods you through.
Oh, now you've set the fucking level.
Gold.
I appreciate you paying for all of us, Prospero.
Yeah, that's for my boys.
make
don't know
make
how
it make a
many
persuasion
people
check.
here.
Make a persuasion check.
Please. Please.
Please, I don't have money.
Please.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't need to pay.
He just waves you through, and then the rest of you, the other two of you, like look at him, like pause for a second. He just keeps waving.
Ooh.
We'll walk through.
Walk.
All right, boys,
Shuffle
pay
on
up.
it.
Come on, old man. I know you're not broke.
Oh, I think he's talking to you, Zoot.
Wait, I think he's talking to both of us. Dude will hand Prospero 5 gold. It's like, generally, you could just hand him a gold or 2, and they'd probably let you in.
Why didn't anyone tell me this?
Well, I mean, you went first. I was planning on trying to
I
trying to
have
get the
papers.
price down,
5
but you
gold.
just kind of went up and dropped a bunch of gold on, or a bunch of platinum on the
That's
table.
fine. Yeah, you got in. That's the important part.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are now walking to the gem on the hill. We'll say it's here. Sure. Zoot, who's apparently in the back, leads you there. Near a bunch of nice shops. Pretty much everything around here looks fairly nice. Some of them a little like too nice almost. It's like you look at them, you're just like, Jesus, why did people spend so much money on that fountain in the front yard kind of thing, But this one looks like just not overdone, but still quite nice. And as you walk in, the interior is small, but quite clean and orderly. There's a few shelves to your right with various books, scroll cases lined up, very orderly fashion. In front of you are two small tables. One has a couple kits that look to be for like alchemy of some sort, as well as a stack of vials full of ingredients of various kinds. The other table has various magical ingredients on it, and there's also a glass case of gems, just like mostly small, and there's not too many of them. There's a few objects kind of wrapped up in cloth and paper and stuff on this table as well. Lastly, to the left is a counter framed in wood but with glass paneling that allows you to see objects within. And then also behind the counter, there are shelves with objects spread out, set on nice pillows. Each object has a nice tag and price. Name tag, not a nice tag. It's also a nice name tag, I guess. And as you guys are walking in, you see an older hill elven man who wears spectacles. He has a nice suit, and he kind of walks with his hand resting on the counter. And he just says, welcome. The name's Sapphire. And just let me know if there's anything you wanted to see in here. I can describe any of the objects if they seem to pique your fancy. Let me just copy paste a million different things here.
Great,
Please
thanks.
and thank.
Copy paste.
You knew exactly what we wanted.
Copy pastaste.
Copy pistolio.
Jesus
Oh my
fuck.
god, okay. See, this is what we like to see. Stacks.
That's what we come for.
Oh, there's so many things.
Fucking
Yes,
don't
because
have
we
enough
definitely
gold.
all I think if we all combined our money together, we still wouldn't have 6,000 gold.
Nowhere near.
Nope.
Nowhere near. Not even a 1,500. Well,
Looks like you're taking full damage to cold, lightning, and or acid.
Yep.
Imagine taking full
I
damage
missed
to
the
cold.
Ring of Hellfire. That was such a
imagine
good
taking full
item.
damage to cold.
True, true.
That was so good. Uh, man, okay. What's a
I'm just
drift
gonna
globe?
window shop
Oh,
because I
so
can't afford
we-
any of this.
We don't know what they do.
He pretty much says if you need anything, just ask.
What do
Oh,
the
the ring of
beacon bands
defense.
do?
The beacon bands. Let me just pull this open so I can give you a proper descriptione. Sorry, just trying
Oh,
to
the
do
one that we can
1,000
afford.
things at once.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I jumped to. I jumped to the stuff I can pay for.
4,000, 1,000.
Er-
Oh,
early
70
game-
70
gold.
gold.
Early game magical item shopping, yeah. Especially in the rich
Oh,
part of the
God.
city, which unfortunately is the
I
only.
also want to know what that disruption dagger does.
Okay.
True.
Let me just. I want to be able to read the exact technicals so that I can give you guys the good info. Holy shit, this list is so long. Oh my god.
It
Okay,
is.
there we go.
You
No,
got
I was
fuck
talking about
off.
like my full 236 item magical item list.
Christ.
Okay, you asked about the beacon bands.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, he goes. Yes, those are quite nice for anyone who needs to communicate with someone else. As you and your couple partner or friend or anyone is wearing them, you simply can touch one and it alerts the other with a faint glow. Won't get you in trouble if you're in class or something. There's not going to become a beacon, but just a nice little notification ping for your paired individual.
Just like a I'm thinking of you sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't pass a message with it.
Nope, unfortunately not.
What
That
else
would be a different item, in fact.
Yes, the sending stone, right. And what does the disruption dagger do?
Oh, sorry. The Disruption Dagger, that one is generally fairly standard dagger. However, when you happen to land an especially tactical critical hit, then the weapon, instead of allowing you to deal additional damage, will pump your target with a bit of psychic blast and cause them to be at disadvantage on their attacks for the next turn. Definitely puts them off their guard when you are able to land a well-landed strike.
Oh boy, I really think we should invest in some potions of healing.
A favorite, of course.
Oh, to do
What
that,
does
we have
the
Prospero.
the hush mask do?
The Hush Mask, that is quite a nice object. It allows you to breathe silently while you are wearing it, in case you are ever in a situation where, say, you're in a library or maybe in some sort of large gathering and you don't want to, be heard. Perhaps that is a good situation. Also, out of game, while you're not moving, you get +5 stealth. So any stealth check that involves like holding your breath, not trying to move around too much, rather than walking silently, you don't get anything. That doesn't help. But if you're like tucked away and you're like don't want to be heard,
I'd probably just meld into stone, but
yes, of course, who wouldn't?
but yes, I can see how this would be useful.
Recent trend, those
Fuck.
those vapor vials. I don't know why it's becoming quite popular though. Getting more and more demand for it. Some potion that you can throw and give to multiple people at once.
Don't
Vape
want
Nash.
to do this, but I think it's good. I'm gonna buy a potion of greater healing, please.
Ooh, okay. 150 gold, please.
Yeah.
I have another too, if anyone else is interested. And he just like lightly taps the bottle.
Breaks it.
What is this drift globe?
The Drift Globe. That is a rather peculiar object, quite popular with wizards and arcane folk. It's rather simple, actually. It has 2 words, one which will cause it to glow a nice kind of torchlight glow, and another that causes much brighter sunlight.
It's a flashlight.
Pretty much. It's a drift. There's a Drift Globe is like a really popular D&D item. You can just look it up. Get the exact if you'd like. It's just a small globe. You speak command word, cast light. A different command word, cast daylight, and then you can turn it on and off as you will. And
So
I think you can actually get it to float by itself too. It just sits there. It doesn't follow you, I don't think. But
Greater healing is 44, right?
it does follow you.
44 plus 4, yes.
It follows you within 60 feet.
Oh yeah. You're right. Sorry.
Alex Mason banning a viewer.
What did I say? What did I do? Oh yeah. He was like, "You want to get famous?" And so I said, "You want to get banned?" And he didn't answer because he was banned.
Headshot. Well, yeah, and then one last thing. What is this dust of sharpness?
The Dust of Sharpness. That one is actually of my own creation. Quite proud of that. You are able to take this small pouch and kind of let it flow over your weapon, causing it to deal an additional 2 damage for a slight amount of time. 1d6 rounds, 2 bonus damage, and it has 1d4 plus 1 uses, which you don't know until you first use it.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I think I'd at least like to buy a potion of healing. That's probably something that we should get some of.
We'll also buy one of those.
All right, 50 gold apiece for those 2 potions.
I'm not going to
Disgusting.
purchase anything, but I'm not going to look like, oh, I wish I could. I just don't have money. I'm going to be like, interesting objects.
Not expensive.
Oh.
It's expensive enough, unfortunately.
Yes.
Is that wait? Is that magical shield? Out of curiosity, is that just like
It's just a +1.
like +1?
Yeah.
Or
Sorry, I didn't write +1 on there.
does it fly?
No. No, it's just a +1.
Nice.
If
Okay.
you have 1,500 gold, I'm throwing hands.
I do not. I don't have anywhere near that.
To be
But
fair,
if it flew,
he's had going on 3 centuries now to accumulate some gold, so
yeah,
He's got it all invested into
you-
Dogecoin.
yeah, you'd think you'd have more, honestly.
invested 1,500 gold in Dogecoin. Ah, yes, I see you have 600,000 gold. I have no idea if that math checks out. I just guess.
Totally.
Depends
I
on
would
when you
like
invested.
to shop elsewhere. Just so you
So
know.
not in the rich part.
No, like I still want to shop in the rich part. I just need to
Okay.
go to another store.
Announces, I would like to shop elsewhere.
Elsewhere. No, I
Someone
got my
carry
I got
me.
my potion.
All right.
Thank
Yes,
you,
I got
kind
what I
sir.
came for.
Zayt, are you purchasing anything?
Oh well, I mean, I bought a health potion, but other than that, I think I'm good.
All right.
Good luck. Anything for you?
No, I'm okay. I got my new coat.
Nice.
And it looks dashing.
Thank you.
You can just make up a color too if you want for the coat, because that's more fun.
Oh, it's still gonna be white.
Oh, okay.
It's a,
Did
it's
you
a
say what on
desert
there?
coat.
True.
No, I didn't give
Fair.
you a color.
Okay.
You need to
All right,
change
sounds
your
good.
character model then.
I don't think he.
No, I
think
don't. The
you
code on the character model is white.
Oh, it is. It looks like.
I thought it was
Yeah.
yellow. Is it
tan
white?
and sandy.
It's got like a orange kind of like
Oh,
flare
that's
to
right.
it, but it's
Yeah.
white.
Orange on the
Uh-huh.
fringes. Yeah. Here you go.
I want-
The
Stream.
dirty white.
That's what it looks like.
Nice.
All right, you guys head out, and he goes, much obliged for your patronage.
Thank you, Sapphire.
Does a slight bow.
I give him a wink.
I also give him a wink.
Oh.
I
He's-
also wink at him.
He's just like, customary.
Bows are out, winks are in.
3 years
I
in the
feel
campaign.
like when Atticus winks, he like
I think it seems like a
really
two-eye
struggles.
winker. You know, he's like, gives you that
Yeah.
double eye look.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Can I find the jewelry store?
Yes, by the way, that would be called... Oh, fuck, I wrote down where to go. Precious Pendants is the one that you heard.
Okay, that's
that-
where I'll go.
She told you.
Now we're going to the gym.
No.
Prospero, didn't you need to buy a diamond or something?
You think I could afford a 300 gold diamond?
Alright, well nobody die. In the meantime.
Great. You love it.
We need to go dragon hunting, I think, guys.
Oh,
We
a
need
dragon.
some
Ooh,
cash.
Wanna avoid
that's quite a
dying?
high caliber.
No,
Ooh.
okay, well I'm going to Precious Pendants.
Alrighty. You go into the store. This one is one of those, like, why are there so many, like, why is there, like, this, like, constant stone archwork? There's, like, 5 of them as you lead up into the store. Like, it's just, like, way overdone. Obviously, based on the personality that you learn. It's
Yes.
just like, yep,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. You walk in and you meet, or you see the lady whose name you would have known is Constance. And she greets you and she goes, my friend from the other night. Was
Yes.
that last night?
It was last night. It's been a long day.
Well, one too many drinks, maybe.
Perhaps. I came to you. I'm looking for new, things for my horns here, and I was wondering if you could perhaps make me something.
Yeah. Do you want some sort of inlay or ring, necklace, beads? I mean, where to start?
I'm trying to I want basically like a gold tip thing that goes on like the tip of both of them,
Okay.
and then like a chain that kind of like wraps around the horn a little bit.
Okay. Well, I
Maybe like
think
a couple little bedazzly things.
I can do a chain for probably just a cheap like 60 gold or so. The corners might cost a little more. Those would take me a little bit to make, but it would be kind of like a gold flaked thing. That's what I can see right now. Maybe for the pair, 80 gold.
Hmm. And it would be with the finest materials, yes.
Of course, of course. I mean,
Is she
look around you.
is she actually using like I
Insight.
feel like this lady's like making nickel jewelry and charging like
Make an insight check.
Inside.
24.
24. Um, Honestly, you get the feeling she's like a little too snooty to ever, stoop so low. That like this has got to be the good stuff. And as you're looking around, you're like, yeah, this all looks like really nice. Like even like that edge of nice, like edge above, like jewelry that looks fake. It's just it's got that little bit of extra glimmer to it that you're just like, this has got to be real. It's got to be. Looks really
Okay.
nice, and she seems like she's telling the truth as best you can tell.
Okay. Yes, I think that'll do nicely. But how long would it take? I'm only here for so long.
I could temper those in probably if I spend the rest of the day on it. Actually, I could get it to you by midday tomorrow.
All right, that sounds agreeable. Half now, half later.
Sure.
All right. I'll give her 40 gold.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm done here.
The rest
I'll
of
see
you,
you tomorrow.
any sort of gems or jewelry?
You think I could afford that?
Nah.
Maybe another time, but thank you, Mom.
Alrighty. So you guys leave. Anything else you guys wanted to do in the Opal District?
I want to see how close we can get to the gates of the castle thing.
The gates?
Oh boy.
I just want to look.
I mean, it's
With
like
luck.
it's kind of like Buckingham Palace kind of thing. You can walk up to the gates and look in, but like there's plenty of guards standing around that if you even touch the gates or like try to open them or anything, you're
Yeah.
gonna catch these hands.
Do they wear the funny hats too? Can I like take photos with them as they just
I
stand there?
don't know if it's that far, but no.
Okay.
They probably have like
No.
some sort of funny hat, because I mean, who doesn't in the guard? But I mean, I feel like that's a pretty common thing among like
Standard.
city royal guards. Like they always have weird hats or armor or something. But I don't know if they're fuzzy.
All right.
They are fuzzy.
Shall we find Vorshak then?
I guess so.
Where is Vorshak? Where has he been? I haven't seen him since I came to
Think
the
he's
rich part of
just-
town.
Getting drunk somewhere. Don't you
Yes.
know? He just does his own thing. Remember?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. Sick of this shit.
So, I mean, we could probably find him if he was in the Opal District. Like, it's a little more open, and, there's
Think
not
that-
as many Silver Dragonborn walking around here, but, there's a part of the city is pretty crowded.
Did he? Oh nope, I wasn't there for that. Never mind. Well, we know plenty of places we can stay. maybe there's like a fighting ring or something that he would check out. Maybe we can look there. I don't know. Or we could just let him find us.
What time of day is it?
By the time you guys have gone through all this, probably like 2 p.m. ish.
Okay.
Why don't we split up and look at bars and such, and when the sun falls, we can all meet somewhere.
In the hazelnut pub, perhaps.
You do like your hazelnuts, don't you?
I do. I want to see if they have a hazelnut infused lager.
Perhaps they have hazelnut flavored LaCroix.
Yes.
So we'll meet there at dusk then, yes? Or it's at sunset.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Sure.
How about I take this corner.
Oh, Prospero, you gonna be working this corner?
Yeah, I'll be working the corner. This one.
Well, I mean, I would just
That's a
check
big corner.
bars, honestly.
When we split up originally, when we were going to the rich part of town, did we see where he went and all?
He stayed in the tavern when you guys left.
Okay.
Zoot would
I
go
mean,
to
we
the
didn't.
tavern.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you guys head back to the tavern.
Check there for.
Where
Which
the
one?
fuck is Vorjak's picture? It was one that was over here.
Here's where
This was the
Was this the lusty whatever the fuck?
the juicy steed.
Nope, that's where
The
that's where
juicy steed.
Vorjak stayed.
Oh yes, he said he was going to the stead.
Oh,
That's
right.
where he is.
That's
The
right.
stead. We need to find the stead.
So I don't need to work the corner.
Maybe you don't need to work the corner.
Prospero, just so you know, saying that it just has some connotations that you might not be aware of.
Well, Atticus said it. What does it
I
mean?
did not.
It
was
basically
Zoot.
implies that you're willing to like have sex for money.
That's not altogether false. But I guess that's not my primary occupation.
Prospero,
Prospero's done a 180 on morals. How
He
would
rolls-
friendship?
He rolls up his
Please,
sleeves, and you see
please.
a little hair fall across his brow.
God,
There it is.
is.
Take the moment. Take the moment.
A button pops on his shirt.
Aren't Firbolgs naturally hairy?
He just
Yeah.
loses buttons every session.
Yeah.
He knows
you
how
must
to
have
sew.
like this
The
sewing
tailor
kit.
expense.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
Prospero could probably sew.
Prospero, do tell me, have you
So what?
actually had sexual relations with anyone?
I think that no one in this group is privileged to know that response. So
Can I
He
insight
did
check
with your
that?
mother.
17 on the insight check there.
I'll also insight check that.
Zoot
Alright.
just knows.
By God. I would say that I don't know. What do you think? On a 17-15 rolls, pretty good. What kind of read do you think they're getting out of it?
I think they're not getting the read they thought they'd be getting. They're a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely say that. That's pretty fair.
Prospero is a virgin?
Oh, I
Oh!
would kind of the opposite. Prospero is not a virgin.
I am not the father. No.
Well, okay, because we had opposite. No,
Oh dear.
we had opposite thoughts. So how can they both be true?
Well, then they're. Yeah. So.
All right. Well,
Prospero's
Prospero
gonna say like, My companions have told me I'm rather, he stretches, generous.
Oh boy.
And he's gonna just, yeah, get that prick out of his neck. But I don't need to bore you with the details.
Please do.
No. Anyway, let's move on.
That was a good run.
Got hit in the platform.
So you guys walk into the juicy steed.
I think we
wait.
just left the juicy steedo.
Wait, we actually
relax.
found it?
Yeah.
We were looking for a place called the Stead.
Well, that's close enough. And some of you have brains. So I think you probably figured it out. But you see Vorjak sitting in the corner with probably a mug of ale. Looks pretty, honestly, pretty beat up.
Oh.
Atticus, as
Vorjak, what happened to you? Okay, never mind.
Atticus, as you are walking in, you actually see a familiar face. Just kind of like as you just casually glance aside, about to step in. You see a lady with a kind of pale skin. Nope. Which you can pretty much only see like kind of her hands and face. Most of her body is hidden under a large black cloak. Atop her head are two small horn-like protrusions, around which she has gray hair that falls down. And she also has white eyes with no pupil, which is how you say pupil, apparently.
Pupile. Right. Pal. Am I supposed to recognize who that is?
That's why I just told you it was.
Oh, it didn't give me a bloop.
Okay.
Ah.
But the rest of you walk in to the juicy stead. Let's get this music bumping, you know.
There it is.
Hey, yeah, baby.
Jam.
In the juicy steed.
Vorjak, you look terrible.
Well, that's not very nice.
Vorjak, what happened to you?
I found a boxing ring.
Oh,
Did you win?
and you lost?
Actually, no. I'm not a very good boxer.
Oh.
It was fun though.
No.
So you won on your own terms, seems like. You had fun. Did you lose any
I
money?
lost the fight. Did you?
Well, you said you had fun.
That doesn't mean I won.
That's winning in my book, Vorjak.
Alex,
you
by
could be
the
a
way,
bad boxer then.
Probably.
Alex, she's sitting like off. She's not sitting next
She
to
was
Vorjak,
outside.
right?
She was outside.
Oh, okay.
As you're walking, you just kind of glance sideways, like at the door, and you see her walking your direction down the street.
Okay.
But we'll say you walked anyway, and she happened to come in.
Gotcha.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Do I know you?
I say to her.
Oh, Atticus. She looks at you and she goes, Atticus, is that you?
Oh, that is you. Cassia, how are you doing?
Good. I didn't expect to see you here.
Neither are you. Everyone, this is Cassia Vita Cornelius Caduceus Ponsiv, one of my cousins.
Oh, hello! It's so nice to meet another pontiff.
Say that again.
Cassia Vita Cornelius Caduceus Pontiff.
You can tell they're related because of the Cornelius Caduceus Pontiff part.
Yes, exactly. Good job, Vespa.
Cousins.
And I introduce.
This is Prospero right here. This is
Nice
Vespa,
to meet you.
Vorjak,
Ma'am.
Zoot, and Gozak.
The whole lot of you. Nice to meet you.
Is it Cordelia Caduceus?
Ca-
What is the name again?
Cassia
type it.
Vita
Cassia
Cornelius
Vita.
Caduceus Pontiff.
It's not that hard.
It's just my 3 last names and then 2 extra.
Cassia, would you like to have a seat with us?
Sure, I was just gonna stop by for some kind of early afternoon lunch. I just spotted
Yep.
this place. Sounded
Have a seat.
kind of weird, but interesting.
Have a seat right
What?
there.
Given. Oh, Vita is the second name. Okay, I thought Vita was Cassia Vita, like one name.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's his aunt, not his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cassia Vita is a cool name, actually.
I will like scooch. Are we on a bench or stools? If we're on a bench, I scooch over to give her.
Sure.
I scooch over a little bit on my stool to give her room to sit.
Alright, she'll sit next to
Uh,
Atticus and you, Vesper. We'll say between you.
Okay.
So, what brings...
So, Cassia.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh. What brings you to Shurchal?
Well, I don't know, actually. I think Vesper's looking for someone, and we just stopped by. We're actually on the way to Alanora.
Oh, back to the city, eh?
Yes. I was told, in order to get back into the family, that, I would have to obviously go there. So, we're going there.
Oh, that's good. Wait, who told you that?
Oh, I don't remember. It was some fortune teller told me. So naturally, I
Oh.
completely trusted her. I paid her, after all.
Well, that does make it legit. She like kind of just like looks at Vesper like a little bit of a grin. Well, I have actually been sort of learning about it's been, how long has it been since I've seen you? It's been years. Oh dear.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't
Was it
remember the last
years?
time I saw you in the city, but because I was there for a dozen years or so. But
Has it
then
been just a year? Oh.
Yes, we've been out here for about a year now, I believe.
Oh, just a year then. Okay. Well, I
Yes.
don't remember if I told you I actually left the library I was working at, and
Oh.
well, I sort of started my own investigation work, I guess. Just heard
On
of
what?
on anything that people would pay me for. But a few
Ooh, okay.
projects of my own as well. I mean, like I told you, I was trying to learn more about what happened to you. I've actually learned a lot. Well, I think.
Ooh.
Hard to say, I guess.
I thought you were just saying that to make me feel better. Oh, that's great news.
Why
I've
would I-
actually learned just a thing or two as well. Not super important.
She takes a little like
information,
notepad out of her side and like flips through it and like gets ready to write notes.
but yes, this fortune teller. They actually told me that I was. I asked her 3 questions. 2 of them were kind of common sense answers, but I didn't learn much from them. But I asked if I was framed by someone in my family, and she said I definitely was.
Oh, well, you spoke about your half cousins? No, adopted, was it?
Yes, I
Marty
think it's
and
probably Morthos and
Wouldn't his adopted
Macaria.
cousins be her adopted cousins as well?
it gets complicated.
There's
Alex's
lots of
brain
names
is very
involved,
small.
Vesper.
They could be adopted. siblings.
Alex's brain.
Yeah, they could be her adopted siblings.
Or it could be his
God.
cousin.
Or on the
that
other
aren't-
side of
yeah.
the family.
Yeah,
it
on the
yeah.
could be his
family, yep.
cousin.
That's what they are. That's why she doesn't know.
I don't
Duh.
think I gave them any other names.
Nope, just the 2, so I get to do the rest. Well,
But yes, I suspect it's them. It has to be.
interesting. I guess that's not new information based on what you thought, but it's been confirmed now. Anyway, she starts flipping through the pages, flipping backwards to the front of the book, and she goes, I believe I heard rumors on 4 similar situations or events to yours. Well, I guess 3 counting you. First was you, though. That would have been 17 years now? She
Yes.
looks down the notes. After that, there was a Fairfolk woman. Her name was Elena Weathersby. Apparently she was framed for committing 3 murders. But she says it wasn't her, even though
Oh my.
they found a note written in her hands that said she did it and how. But she said it wasn't her, so, you know, it's interesting, right? After that was another man by the name of Tyndall, about 6 years ago, fair folk as well. He's found
Yes, I
alive.
met him.
Oh, how?
Yes, I
Where?
met him. In the. Just we went way west. This is where I met Vorjak. He was Vorjak's friend. We
Oh,
met towards the Free Channel.
oh well. Apparently he was found by a ritual. I hope that isn't a problem. Some sort of ritual, like 24 dead bodies.
Oh. I didn't
Yeah.
really ask, but
But he was sold, I guess, away after being a prisoner. He was sold or something, which I guess that's why you know him from far west.
yes, in Arkville.
Sure. After that, there was an elven man, Lamriel Chen. I'll copy paste that. That was 2 years ago now, I believe. He was something similar. Caught in a crazed stupor, I guess, after he possibly killed his master. He was overwhelmed with magical energy. Yeah. I don't really know what more to say about that, I guess. It was in Naylier, which is, I don't know if you know where that is. That's in the forest south of here. The Barashi.
And where?
Can you?
Gotta look at the map for that one.
Did
Are
they all
these-
receive the same note?
Note? What note?
Oh yes, Tyndall.
I give her, or I pass her the note that I got, from the, you know, random people.
Yes, I got this note, and that's why I went to Arkville, because they told me to check the Free Channel. Tyndall got a similar note, and he said it was a wild goose chase.
Oh, and she's like, you have 2 of these, right? Do you mind if I take one?
Oh, I only have one.
Oh, I thought you
I
had the
mean,
one
I
from
could
Tyndall.
write it down.
I thought you had the one from Li Jun, no?
I thought she took it
Oh.
with her.
Let me just copy it then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we could just write it down. Yeah.
Okay. She starts scribbling it down in the back of her book.
Where was that place that you said with Lamry Chen, Alex?
That would
Couldn't
be
find it.
Naylier. It's east of Elmshay. It's 2 cities east of Elmshay. Well,
Oh,
2
okay.
large cities. Shamray and then beyond that. I think I
Okay.
spelled it right. Fuck it. Oh, I did. Nice. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Anyway, these obviously they're very different, but in every situation, the accused says that they just were doing whatever they were doing, and then you know something came forth and attacked them, and then they were found with a dead body or dozens. Just seems
Peculiar.
We found
strange.
someone else as well.
Oh, and she like
Trade point.
flips the page.
Her name was Li Jun. She's
Wait. You said what? Her name was. Excuse
Li
me.
Jun.
She's like stops for a second. And she's like, That's why I'm here, actually. Her family called on me. She allegedly abandoned her post at the library. Just gonna copy paste that. The Cagney Angu Library. And supposedly stole books from there. That's actually the library where I used to work. Kind of like gestures towards Atticus. She was working as a night guard. Apparently, she stole books and ran away, which left bodies there. To be frank with you, she didn't seem like much a reader to me. Doesn't sound like her, so I figured I would do them a service and help them out and track her down. She was never really, you know, warm and friendly, I guess, but she wasn't a thief. Nor would she really abandon her post.
No, she told a similar story to Atticus's, and had a similar note as he.
Do tell me all the information, please. Flips the page again.
I
Right.
tell her all the information.
Sure. Alright. Well, that's... Yeah, that does sound right on track. That was a month
You know,
ago, she said, or so. No.
Yeah, about a month ago that she was on duty and then kind of blacked out or something and woke up way far away from her post, didn't know where she was, and made her way to Trade Point, and that's where we met her.
Well, I'll have to add that one to the list. Jeez.
Oh, and yes, another point about the fortune teller that I met. They told me that the framing wasn't random, and something was happening so far above my head that it may take months to unravel.
She's now like, despite last time and you mentioning the fortune teller, she's like, last time she was like, okay, Atticus, but this time she's just like word for word, just scrawling everything you say. Well, that's quite some time. I guess relative to the time it's been, unfortunately. Well, that's quite, jeez. How do you feel about it all?
It all seems very sinister. At least it doesn't seem personal to me, but I wonder why I was one of them. I wonder if there's anything that connects all of us, you know? Some aspect that we all have.
I guess so. So an elven woman, two fair folk man, no, two elves, no, yes, no, two elves, a fair folk, and you. I guess that's just Eleanor.
Oh, yeah. Yes, oh.
That doesn't help at all.
Shoot.
I thought I was on something.
It was a good thought.
And then once I said it out loud, I realized that was sort of just what the city looks like. Dear.
Indeed. Well, they did tell me it would take months, so I mean, I don't expect an answer immediately, but perhaps going to Eleanor itself would help. Hence why we are.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't hurt. Obviously, be careful with what you're doing. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can give you. Well, I would give you the notebook, but kind of need it. No, I know. I'll copy it over to another notebook, give you all the information, and then in the morning, meet me at the pub I'm staying at. Oh, what's it called? The Hazelnut Pub. They have excellent brekkie.
Oh, perfect. We're staying there as well, actually.
Oh,
Prospero's recommended we go there. Well, I mean, after going there once, but...
No, I don't think Prosper has actually been before.
Oh, you really wanted to go there, it seems.
Yeah, I have to meet Chet there tomorrow evening.
Oh, a lot
Fate
happening at
is
the
colliding.
Hazelnut Pub. Indeed.
Well, it is a fairly large pub, I suppose. That is fair. And like I said, they have excellent brekkie. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go there.
Brekkie.
What?
It's canon.
It's
I
always
say-
been canon.
Oh, it's
Cousin.
Okay.
What else would you call it? Breakfast? Ugh, for old people.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Oh, no offense.
Wait, old people, what?
And she like
How
gestures
old are
towards
you,
herself.
Cassia?
You never ask a lady her age.
I'm asking my cousin.
But
Oh,
she's
fine.
still a lady at a kiss. And
I'm
you
a-
should know how old your cousin is.
I'm old too. He's got a lot of
We weren't
cousins, to be
that
fair.
close,
We
but
both have a lot
I
of
have
cousins.
millions of cousins.
That's
Maybe
extrapolated.
dozens.
I have no
Under.
cousin.
Undershot. Oh dear. Sorry.
No cousins. Why
You're-
not?
Because I'm an... well, I don't...
No?
See, I
Huh?
don't know anything about my dad's side, so I guess I could have cousins that I don't know about.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, don't know anything about your dad's side, named after your dad and his dad and his dad and his dad. I mean, you know.
Two sides of a completely different coin.
You win some, you lose some. She just like elbows you.
Where? What'd you say?
You win some and you lose some. She just like elbows you.
Oh, yes. Yes, we won. We got 5 names.
Well, I got 3. Which is plenty for
You
me.
have 5 names.
But yeah, I got, granddad, his dad, and great granddad, and then my mom.
Wait a minute. Why are you? Why are you named like that?
My family decided to do it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I know your family sort of changes it up when it's girls or whatever, but my family's just like, just send the whole thing and then start from there.
I suppose it would be easier to do that than remember all of the
You know,
parents and grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents and...
at least you never forget your lineage, I guess.
It's true, yes.
This is a lot.
Well,
Well,
it's Atticus and
sorry,
Atticus'
Vespa,
family, so.
Cassia, do you do magic too?
I do, no. But I would love to.
Oh. Ooh. Why not? Magic is
Oh,
wonderful.
that's it. That's right. There's also that. So, I guess
You're welcome.
you do magic, and Elena did magic. Lamriel obviously did magic. He was coursing with it when he was found over the dead body of his master. And
Yes.
Tyndall does magic. Don't know if that's important.
Oh,
Does Legion do magic?
well.
I thought she was more of a sword and shield type of gal.
She did offer a long strider on someone.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, so they're all magically inclined.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
That's also most of Alanoa, to be fair. But
Oh, shit. Yes, it is. Well, perhaps we'll be some kind of sacrifice that requires someone who is magical.
oh dear. Well, I hope not.
That's quite gruesome, Atticus.
Well, they said something sinister and far above my head was going on, so I'm grasping at straws.
I mean,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
that makes sense.
Thinking outside the box.
If you just randomly guessed it, is it above your head?
Atticus goes into like deep think.
I'm thonking. Hold up.
And write that down
Nice.
anyway, all magical.
Write that down.
So
Write that down.
if you don't do magic, is there anything else like? Obviously, you're a very skilled detective. But
Well, just starting off, really. It's been
Oh, you're a pontiff. You're skilled. Don't be so humble.
not all of us can be you, Atticus.
Lucky them, I suppose.
I am quite talented at finding books in the library that I worked at for 70 years.
oh,
Does that count?
yes, I think that
Goes good on
counts.
the resume.
Well, I mean, if I ever wanted to be a librarian again, I suppose that would go on the resume.
Indeed.
I have parents too. Does that count for anything?
Say parrots.
Yeah.
Oh, parrots. I thought you said parents. I'm like, same.
I was like, great.
I have parents. Two of them.
I have parents. I'm very
No.
skilled in having parents.
I have parrots. Yeah, they're interesting.
You raise birds.
And a few cats and a dog and a mole for a time. That was weird.
Oh my.
They're common
Lions
in the.
and tigers and bears and wolves.
Oh no, dear
Oh
no.
my.
Those are too large for me. Unruly. Well, small
Enjoy
cats are
animals,
unruly too,
then.
I suppose. Yeah, I would say. I mean, I live alone in my house.
I
So
suppose parrots are chatty company. Kind of reminds
sometimes
you of home, then.
they won't. Oh dear. Reminds me of you, actually. What doing? What doing?
Nani.
Sorry. Parrots?
Reminds me of you, actually.
I missed you, cousin.
I missed you too. And I suppose the rest of my family, besides Morthos and Macaria, but yes.
I should probably write those down too. Right in the book. Well, if you don't mind, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go order something. And she heads up to the bar, puts her little notebook away.
Very interesting. Hmm.
What are you
I-
thinking, Atticus?
Well, she lives in Eleanor, I believe, so...
Is that right, Alex?
Yes.
No, okay. Just make sure.
So perhaps we could we could ask her to stay there when we go to Alnora, and she might, you know, she seems like a good help for the investigation.
You want to ask her to come along?
Well, yes, we've already met who she was going to, so perhaps I think she might. Yes. Could be another party member.
But is she morally grey enough?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, in my personal opinion, generally detectives are fairly morally gray. My
It is
good
true.
friend, Home Sure.
It would seem we do not know the same detective.
So, Vorjak, do tell us about your day.
She comes back and just sits down and starts eating.
I think I might have found us a job, and I'll pull out a piece of paper. It's like going to Reshna, which we're going all the way to anyways. Going to Alanora.
Just
Yeah,
walking there. I mean, do we have to do anything?
What?
Yeah, it's
You gotta
sorry,
show
let's
up.
make sure.
You're actually trying out
Just
shoes. It's
Just
science.
gotta walk there.
it's an escorting some cargo. Caravan or something.
From here to Rashna.
Yes.
Oh, that
Well,
sounds
what-
wonderful.
What's the cargo?
Does it matter?
I mean, if
I
it's
mean,
people,
well, I
don't
mean, a
want to
little
do
bit
it.
apparently.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
They
we're not
just-
escorting human cargo.
Why is that the
They
first
put
thing?
They put a job on board. I don't think. If you want to talk to him, you can.
Yeah, you think? I think what he's trying to say that no one would want to put a job up that is escorting humans.
Yes, we get
I
it.
mean,
we get
he
it.
didn't say he found it on a job board. He just said he had a job.
Well, I'm glad that's the first thing
Oh,
you've thought
I'm
of.
holding a
But-
flyer.
Easy down, Atticus, down.
You the ones
Alright,
accusing him
let's
of human
inquire.
trafficking. What do you mean?
I'm
you
not accusing
easy
him.
down, all of you.
Can we inquire about this
Well,
tomorrow?
he said,
or today?
he said, did it matter? And I said, yes, it does. It does.
It does. Like, I don't want to be. Yes, it
Why
does
does
matter.
it matter? Why?
Because we
Because she
literally-
doesn't want to be implicated in any crimes.
Correct.
Well, what crime is happening? It's just
We don't
cargo,
know.
We're moving it.
We don't know. That's
And
why
we
we want to
wouldn't know,
find
so
out.
how would
Could
we
be
be
drug
guilty?
crime.
Oh my.
Well, let's go see.
You could also help the king or the lord, whatever the fuck, with his satyr problem.
But do we
That's-
want to help the rich?
Yeah,
What
no,
the
I
satyr?
don't.
Why don't we just help the satyrs steal more stuff, huh? Let's do that.
Oh man.
Help the satyr. That would be right.
Um,
About right.
I don't actually know how to describe a satyr for Vorjak. They're little creatures. They've got these. They're kind of trickstery. Got these little horns. I think. Let me just pull out my monster manual.
Yeah, they have
They're
like
like
they
goat
have like
people.
goat horns. It's like a
Yeah.
body of a human, and then the rest of them is pretty much goat.
Yeah,
Like
you
torso,
remember
human.
Narnia, Vorjak?
Who?
Mr. Tumnus in Narnia.
Tumnus.
Narnia, I think that's one of those Wicked Isles.
Oh.
Mr. Tubnus was always unusually attractive for a satyr.
Oh my.
Prospero, I'm worried about you.
It's been a while. But no,
Don't go down that road. Don't go down it.
God.
has Koi been around lately?
I don't.
Eh,
Koi is not a real person.
Pro-
Did I say that
Prospero,
right?
Prospero, you can talk about Koi, but you didn't. You had your shot.
I tried. I was told no.
Were you told no?
I was.
How did you try?
Anyway,
Exactly.
let's
Wait,
continue.
no. I would like
I
to
don't
back
want
up.
to go into the particulars of how I tried to seduce your mother.
Alex,
Okay,
did you
I
veto?
don't want to talk about that
What?
with you.
But I would
Did you
like to
veto?
talk about that.
Well, sorry.
I didn't veto
I
anything.
guess someone's not gonna get what
Yeah.
they want.
This is the RP we
Just
need.
I'll just ask my mom
The
about it
ERP,
later.
you
She'll tell
mean?
me. We don't really
If
have
that's
secrets.
the sort of
you know?
relationship you have, then by all means.
Oh boy. Alright. Anything else you guys want to do tonight? Any other conversations you need to have, or errands or anything? Just hanging
No.
out tab for the night.
But I will get a room at the Hazelnut pub.
The Hazelnut Poob.
Me
Sounds
too.
good. We'll say it's over here. Because I think that's what I said before, and also everything's just a gray square, who fucking cares? Alright, you guys
There
get
are a few circles.
a room at, that's true, because I got tired of drawing squares. You see how many squares are on, it's fine.
Some of them are even
Okay,
really big.
so
what
just
is
like
this?
8 silver, 7 silver. It's a silo, I have no idea.
Like per person?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a relatively
It's a
nice.
steep price.
And it's pretty close to the road,
You
easy
said
to get
7?
to. Yeah. I think.
Okay.
7, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
7.
Vorjak never told us about his day, but it's fine.
I noticed that.
Well, you
too.
keep trying if you want.
Yes, I'm going to keep asking Vorjak about his day.
Some guy, and he punched me. I went looking for a job, and I found, the job. And I walked around looking for interesting things.
Did you find anything
Not really.
interesting?
It was a lot more housing than I expected.
Well,
I was-
people
I was
have to
thinking
live
that-
somewhere.
I thought there was gonna be like more like city sites or something somewhere here.
I mean, I think a lot of those are behind the big ass gates over there.
Yeah, the Opal District's pretty kick-ass.
That's
Speaking of
quite
which,
beautiful. The beds
forgot-
there are so nice.
I'm glad you guys can enjoy your comfort while everyone is dying in the slums. How wonderful.
You know, Atticus. Sometimes you just get to treat yourself.
Well, I wouldn't treat myself in a city like this, that's for sure. Paying the people who are doing this.
Did you
Yes,
go shopping
Atticus.
at the rich area like 6 hours ago?
No, I paid for him to get in.
I'm sure it's Atticus that you went and you gave all your money to us poor people. Since you obviously understand the plight better than I do, and you're taking great strides to shame us for living our lives, I'm sure that you went out of your way to give thoughtlessly to these people.
Not at all, I don't have enough money to pay them all.
Okay,
Sure,
great.
you do. You have money at all. It's more than they have.
All of them?
Yeah.
I think this is a fruitless conversation, everyone. Atticus, relax with the diatribe, and let's do what we
does
were
that
going
mean?
to do.
Can someone please find diatribe for me?
What
It's
the
a
fuck
word.
does that mean,
Intellect.
Prospero? Where did you learn these kinds of words?
It's kind of like a polemic, like a.
Okay,
Bricks.
let's try again.
A forceful and bitter verbal attack against someone or something.
Fucking
Okay.
hell.
The example is a diatribe against the Roman Catholic Church.
So
Nice.
he's having
It's a
this
good example.
diatribe against staying in a fancy hotel for a night when there's poor people in the city, right? So like, enough with the diatribe. Can we just have a nice, relaxed evening together? Not like that. Just in general.
I was just gonna say before, I forgot to give you the coin or the gems to sell, so someone has to go back to sell them.
I have to go back to a jewelry store tomorrow, so I'll do it.
I'll just toss the bag.
Do you know how much they're valued at? Does it come with a little price tag?
Before Jack just stares at you.
Alright.
Grant knows, but
I'm going to try to assess the value of the gems he just gave me.
Make an intelligence, just straight intelligence.
Okay, great. Oh, 15.
Okay. Hard to say. It's a lot of like smaller ones. In general, it's not like one big one that's easier to tell. But based on kind of just what you've seen in your travels, your guess is within the range of 100 to 130
Okay.
gold total.
Alright. I'll do that in the morning.
Alrighty, sounds good. So you guys go to sleep that night in your various rooms and whatever. It's what I say, 7 silver a room. So make sure
Yeah.
you mark that bad boy off. But wake up the next morning to the 25th.
by the way, I should have posted that before.
God, 200 gold seems like so much, and then you remember you have to split it with 6 people.
Caravan
I could do it
works.
myself.
What?
I could do it myself.
Yes.
What day is it? The 30th. Leaving on the 30th. Oh, that's not for another, like, 5 days.
Yes.
It's a really long time to stay in town.
So, what are you guys doing today?
It's the morning.
Mhm.
Next day. I'll go sell those gems and pick
Alrighty.
up my thing. Back
Make
to the Opal District.
yep. Got the like caps with the little chain on them. So go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Wait, can I, like, actually... Because I'm gonna ask her for 150, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
sure.
ask her for more.
Oh yeah. You're going back to Constance. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to Constance.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Pick
roll
my
up to
things.
her.
So I'll, like, give her her other 40 gold and pick up my things.
Early morning.
Yes, early riser.
Good on you.
But I have a items that I want you to look at, that I'm looking to sell, because I have no need for a bag of gems.
I don't either. She slides it
No?
over.
All right.
No, I mean like she slides it to herself. Says it
Oh.
sarcastically.
Oh, okay.
She starts looking at him through various magnification devices. A couple minutes go by, and eventually she goes, I could give you the lot. I'll take the lots, sorry, for 120 gold.
Seems to be right to me.
Deal then?
Yes, absolutely.
Roger that. She hands you 120 gold.
This lady does not look like someone who would say Roger that, I'm just saying.
True. True. She had a
But
moment.
I'll take 120 gold.
Denial moment.
Alrighty. 120 gold. Gems are gonzo.
Or Jack, I hope that was right. Don't particularly feel like bartering with her.
Got your stuff.
Okay, got my stuff. I'll put them on because I want to look good.
Nice. Does look
Um,
good. Fits pretty well.
Good. All right, that's all I've got today.
Okay.
Until later.
The rest of you guys sitting around in the tavern. No Cassia from Reki yet.
Oh, Cassie.
Like- Oh, I see.
She doesn't come down.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I only just met her. I don't know if that's weird or not.
Fair.
Maybe she just doesn't need brekkie.
Also true.
I mean, she was raving about Brekkie, so.
That is true.
Yes, I'm rather surprised. Should someone go check on her?
Maybe she's just sleeping in.
Maybe she's dead.
Jesus, Prospero.
Sorry, I stayed up reading ghost stories.
Ghost stories about the history of band flutes.
Yes, they have a very tortured history.
Stole it from Atticus. What do you know?
Eating brekkie? I don't know.
I feel uneasy. I wish to go check. Do we know what room she's in?
Nope.
I'm gonna go up to the counter.
Okay. Yeah, morning.
Morning. We wanted to check on a friend who has not come down yet for breakfast.
He looks at you weird.
Is it against Hotel Inn policy to tell me where the small Assini woman is staying? What room?
I don't think so. I mean, she's got a lock on her door.
Her name is Cassia Vita Cornelius Caduceus Pontiff.
Well, okay. One sec. Turns around and like goes back into the kind of the door behind him. Comes back a minute later and he goes, top, almost back of the hall on the right. It's 2 doors down from the back.
Alright, thank you. I'm gonna go up and find that door.
Alright. It's closed.
And I'm going to knock and say, Cassia!
Okay, you knock. No answer.
Good morning! Brekkie! Can I jiggle the knob?
Sure. It's locked.
Hello! Give me a minute. I'm gonna just knock again, loudly.
Okay. No response.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the door next to it and knock.
Okay. No response.
Anyone in there? Room service?
Make a deception check. No response at the door.
I'm worried about the person next door. Did you see her?
You hear someone come up the stairs behind you. They get to the top of the stairs. It's just this hill elven lady. Looks to have kind of a satchel on her side, and she goes, excuse me, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, is this your room? Well, have you seen the woman who's staying next door? The Assini woman?
Saw her last night. Why?
You didn't see her this morning?
No, not really.
Did you hear
Was I supposed
anything
to?
happening in her room?
No.
Are there windows outside in your room?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Oh, actually, would you mind permitting me to enter your room to climb through the window to get to the window on her side of the room. Of the building. I don't wish to pry. I'm just very concerned about her.
I'm sure there's another way, right?
Yes, of course.
Roll a persuasion check.
Silly me.
Sure. You go ahead, I guess. I'll unlock it if you don't mind. And she like walks up next to you.
Are the walls made of stone?
In here, yeah.
The room?
Mm-hmm.
Could I use meld stone to walk through the wall? Or can I only enter the wall?
I think you
and
just
leave that
enter the wall. I don't think you go through it. Let me look.
Damn it.
Let me look, cause I don't know that spells
That'd
well
be
enough.
really funny.
Like meld into stone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have stone shape yet?
No. Weary did.
Yeah, you can use your movement to leave the stone where you entered it, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I will, like very politely walk to the window and open it. Excuse me. So sorry.
She just like
And then-
awkwardly goes and stands by her like bag on the chair.
How far is the window?
It's like maybe 10-15 feet.
How far are we up from the ground?
It's just like a story up. I mean, would be what, like 10-15 feet as well.
Cast jump.
Ooh.
Shut up, you cheeky bastard.
Anyone downstairs doing anything? Well, Prospero's been gone for a while now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, where the fuck is that guy, huh? Where did Prospero go? It's been forever.
Probably hitting on your cousin.
What?
And I start sprinting up the stairs. Like,
You better not be Prospero.
and I look around up top the stairs.
Okay, you find an empty door in the hall, and Prospero, you would
Empty
hear him.
door?
An open door. Sorry, did I say empty? An empty door.
Not-
No, an open door. Sorry. Prospero, you hear Atticus yelling from down the hall.
I'm gonna barge through the door and just say,
Prospero, don't hit on my cousin.
The lady that's in there's just like, oh.
Atticus, this is not your cousin, obviously. I
Oh.
asked the young lady if I could come into her room to climb through her window to get to your cousin's window because your
What?
cousin is not answering the door.
Why are you going to break into a room?
Well, I'm worried that something might have happened to her.
And why do you think this?
I don't know. I read too many ghost stories, as I said. I'm not trying to scare her. I'm just trying to see if she's all right.
Well,
But
you're doing a bad job already. You've scared a different person in your attempts.
Have I scared you, Mom?
Perhaps if you just maybe go
Yes,
ask them
just-
to unlock it, or
Oh my goodness,
Everyone
Prospero.
is so uncreative. Thank you, Mom. Have a good day. I'm going I'll just leave.
she just closes the door behind you and locks it.
as we leave, I'm just gonna say,
I'm so sorry, ma'am. He's a bit eccentric.
Oh, it's
Oh, shut up!
it's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
gonna go back to the desk.
You just hear the click as you leave.
funny because that's what everyone says about Atticus.
Okay, you go back to the guy at the desk, or
Sir, you see, I have knocked and called for my friend,
My cousin.
his cousin, and she has not answered the door. Did you happen to see her leave at any point last night or this morning?
nope.
As we fear for her safety, as I fear for her safety, do you think you could open the door for us?
His eyes just narrow a little bit. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Can I say, as she does this, like,
Please, sir. This is my cousin.
With advantage,
I've
then.
known her for hundreds of years.
Or Atticus can roll as well.
Atticus, can you roll?
Either way, it's
Or Atticus.
oh,
It's a little bit higher, I bet.
okay. He just like he's like looking at Prospero's like overbearing, like probably like leaning over the, the desk, and he's just like, oh dear. But then he listens to Atticus and he's like, sure, I'll go with you. Standard. Starts
Yes, of
walking up
course.
the hall. Keys jangling.
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 I'm going with.
All right.
I'll follow.
He comes upstairs and he lightly knocks on the door. Ma'am. Listens at the door. Doesn't hear anything. Knocks a little bit louder. Excuse me. Doesn't hear anything. He's just like, alright. I'm gonna open your door now. And he starts unlocking it. Opens the door. And he like immediately just like kind of like closes the door a little bit. He's like, sorry.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She
Why
looks
are
like
you apologizing?
she looks like she's asleep.
Oh my goodness.
Could you?
Prospero.
Could we
Maybe
verify?
just the cousin.
Yes,
Atticus,
yes,
could you go in and try and wake her?
Well, I don't need to go in, but
I'm gonna take a peek inside.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see Cassia laying sideways in her bed, just like
Sideways?
under the sheet. Well, like she's laying on her side. I mean,
Oh.
sorry, not sideways in the.
Sideways on the bed.
It was like horizontal.
She's like V.
the pontiffs have a funny way of sleeping.
I guess I'm gonna like kind of like sneak up and like make sure that she's breathing.
Okay, the guy closes the door behind you.
Locks me in.
I just see
Yeah.
in his head crawling across the floor.
Make a medicine check. Just gonna sneak in. Like as he, like army
No.
crawling. All right. You walk up to her, and you kind of like. What exactly are you trying to do?
I like put my hand over like just next to her mouth to see if she's breathing.
Okay. Don't feel any air.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna check her pulse. I guess.
Nope.
Atticus. I'm gonna like knock and whisper. What's happening?
Come in here, Prospero. She's not breathing and she has no pulse. We need to heal her. Shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
The guy
I'm
opens the
gonna
door.
come in. And I'm going to like rush over. And I am also gonna verify that she is not breathing.
Holy shit. Yeah, you verify the fuck out of that. You don't see a blood pool, but as you are looking around, you do see. Wait. Yeah. You see a very little tiny drop of blood on the pillow, like, kind of right under her head.
I'm gonna like lift her to look underneath her and
Just-
like at her neck.
Neck looks fine. You do notice that she has what looks to be a stab wound in her back. Absolutely no blood.
Oh.
But you do see a few droplets of blood. Just a little tiny puddle on the pillow where her head was rested.
Prospero, cast a healing spell quickly.
I think she's dead. I don't think, but I'll try.
Try it.
Well, I'm gonna
Jesus,
cast
this is
Spare
my
the
cousin,
Dying.
Prospero.
Okay, you cast Spare the Dying. Doesn't seem to have any effect.
I think she's gone, Atticus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We just
We
met
can-
her.
We can.
She was
still
hardly even a
talk-
side character.
Atticus, I'm so sorry, but we don't have much time. We can still talk to her.
What? What do you mean? She's dead.
I mean, I can cast a spell and we can talk to her.
Oh, we'll do that.
As long as she's not undead, which I do.
Well, she doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. So you cast Speak with Dead. Release the magic of this spell, and you see the cousin that you had just been speaking with yesterday kind of lifts her head with faint semblance of life.
How many questions can we ask?
5.
Oh, Jesus,
Sick.
Cassia, what happened to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Is the stab wound in your back something you had already, or did it just happen? Do you know?
She's like, oh, what? What stab wounds? And she rests her hands on it, and she's like, oh dear.
Yes, I'm sorry, but you're dead and someone killed you. In case you.
Cassio, do you have your notebook?
And she just like gestures towards a bag sitting on a chair over on the other side of the room.
I'm gonna grab it and check.
Okay, you dig through the bag, find a little bit of gold, some food, water, and a couple other supplies, but no notebook.
Oh, God damn it. The notebook's gone.
Oh dear. Yes, I. This does not bode well. Is there anything you want us to do on your behalf?
I'm not sure. I guess say goodbye to my family?
Yes, I will make sure of that. Prospero, how does this spell work?
We could ask 2 more questions.
Two
One
more
more.
questions.
One more
One
question.
more.
One more question. Do you have anything important? Otherwise, I have a good question.
I don't have anything else to ask.
All right, Cassia, can we have your house?
What? Atticus! That's the last question!
What? She's dead.
Of course, cousin.
Of course.
And
Thank
then
you.
you just
We will use it to.
and like you like loosely see her hand like gesture again towards the bag, which like as you're rifling through, you probably would have seen a key in there.
I will grab the key.
All right. Well, we have a base of operations at least to solve this mystery. I will avenge her.
Are you alright? I am so sorry. This
Um.
must be very traumatic for you.
Well, I didn't know her super well, but she's a part of the Pontiffs, and you know, I'm in shock. I don't know what just happened. She doesn't even know how she died.
You know,
Perhaps it was in her sleep, but
I don't think things would go this way, but I am suddenly worried, that someone might be able to pin this on you and frame you for this, possibly.
that doesn't make sense. I didn't kill her.
Well, yes, I know. That's why it's called framing.
Oh yes, of course.
But I
Well,
think
how
we
would
should
they do
keep
that?
this as- Well, we talked to her yesterday about the notebook, and she said she would give it to us, but she needed to copy it down first, and now the notebook's gone. And if you have her house, and the key to her house, that may look suspect. So
To who? Who's going to care?
I don't know. I'm just
I
saying.
don't think there's another Pontiff in this family in this city.
Family.
In this city.
I think maybe we should go to her house as discreetly as possible.
All right.
But I don't know if we should we report this as a murder? I think we should probably talk to the rest of the group.
Yes.
How about you stay here and I'll go get them.
I'll stay here. You just said I'm going to be framed for this. Why would I stay
Okay,
at the scene
you're
of the
right. You're right.
crime?
I'll stay here.
You guys hear, if it makes you feel any better, I could be a witness, I guess.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot you were here. I'm sorry. I'm in shock.
He's
right
been
now.
standing just outside the door, so.
Sir,
Yes.
would you mind giving us, I know this is your hotel and I'm sure there are legal things you have to do when something like this happens, but do you mind summoning our friends up here?
Yeah. You hear the
And
like
what is
heavy
your name?
footfalls.
What is your name, sir, in case we need to call upon you?
It's bartender Duh.
Oh, okay. Bar, comma, tender.
You sure? And walks away. You guys, the rest of you, the whole lot of you, except for Vesper. Vesper probably comes in like about now. She woke up pretty early. So Vesper, you get back right as this guy is walking down. He goes, you folk, your friends want you upstairs. You guys were with the Yesenia guy and the Gamerdeer, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Your friends want you upstairs.
What?
Oh. Alright. Vorjak, I have your gold. Give Vorjak 120 gold.
Well, thank you.
Do you guys go upstairs?
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I go
Okay.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck up.
Okay, you guys come upstairs.
Nah, we don't.
The guy doesn't follow you. He just lets the four of you go up.
Hello.
You might. I'll go by the door and be like, you might prepare yourself for what you're going to see. Not that we haven't seen worse, but it's sad. That's all. And I open the door.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what's going on.
You guys open the door to see a simple bedroom. Atticus sitting by the bed where his cousin that you had been speaking with the night before seems to be laying there unmoving.
Is everything alright?
She's dead.
She's dead, and someone killed her.
And we don't know who, and she doesn't even know who. We asked her. And also, we have a house now.
Okay, Atticus, one thing at a time. Her notebook is gone.
Yes.
Is the copy that she was making gone as well?
Yeah, you don't see any other notebooks.
Oh dear. Yes, they're both gone.
Well, it's a good thing I took really good notes yesterday. When she was sharing all her information with us.
Yes, I was as well. So I have a little bit.
This is troubling though, because it likely means someone was following her, and that same person is probably now following us.
Does the window
Indeed.
look like it's been opened? Is it locked?
It is not locked, but it is closed.
Are there any other? I can make an investigation. Are there any other signs in the room that there was a struggle or someone was in there?
Go ahead and make that investigation.
I think Zoot would help out with that.
Okay, go
Is
ahead.
she-
Me too.
How
Roll
was she
if you want, or-
killed?
There's a hole in her back. She was punctured.
She certainly wasn't killed here then.
It's
There'd
a
be blood everywhere.
vastly different
Well,
numbers.
there's a little bit of blood, but there's a very small amount.
Okay, what do we see?
You guys look around the room. I would say that you probably noticed that the the edge of the window frame is kind of scraped a little bit. Other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot in here. It's pretty plain room.
Are there any drops
I
of
would also-
blood on the floor?
No, there are none. I would also say that you guys did notice, as you walked up on her, she was tucked in with her arms under the sheets.
So she was placed there.
Yeah. She was posed.
I should have asked her if she remembered going to bed last night. She remember? Well, she said she doesn't remember anything. She said she didn't remember anything.
I would say the bag probably too is also very. It was set on the chair, facing the bed. It was perfectly closed. Everything was clasped. All the things were tied, buttoned. In case that matters at all.
Prospero, can you tell how long someone's been dead?
Right?
Perhaps
I mean-
we didn't meet with your cousin at all, Atticus.
With that medicine check, I would say it does look pretty fresh, pretty new.
Okay.
Maybe not within an hour or anything, but easily within the last day.
Can I inspect the wound?
Sure. What are you looking for exactly?
Like, what sort of weapon made it?
Um. Okay.
How large it is?
You already made a medicine check, so that was kind of part of looking around. So let me just make sure I have this thing. Okay. So yeah, when you were looking at the wound earlier, it looks like definitely like a stab of some sort. Um, looks like honestly a little too clean. Like as you look around the edges of it, it doesn't look to be like the sides of the skin, I guess, are not like cut or split in any way. Whatever it was a very, very sharp weapon. It's pretty small too, so you're guessing a dagger?
This is a dumb question, but do Asini have blood?
Yeah.
Is it red?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fair question. I mean, I would say in general, I just say everything. Like all humanoids have red blood. Different, like
Bloody
weird,
red
like
damn
under
commies.
dark creatures maybe would be different, but that's just for fun.
What I don't understand is why there are droplets of blood on the pillow, but no blood anywhere else.
I would say also, I'll say also because your check was so high. It's a 26, just so you guys know. It was very high. You probably would have noticed after you noticed the pillow. You can like, as you're looking around her and kind of everyone in general, you notice a little bit in her ear as well.
Right? Is there any head trauma? I'll like heal.
Doesn't look like it. Gozak, actually, why don't you make a medicine check for me?
What?
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 Oh, okay. Doesn't
What?
mean nothing. Don't worry about it, dude.
What are they selling?
What are they selling?
Does it look like she dressed herself? Like, is she wearing what she wore yesterday, or is she in her night clothes?
She looks like she's in night clothes.
And is there a tear in the back of her gown?
Yep.
Where
Just a very slight cut.
Now I want to know what I missed.
Nothing.
Have we?
You didn't miss anything.
Is there like a dagger that exists that like sucks the blood out of a body?
I mean,
Is that a thing?
could be.
What do you?
I
What kind
mean-
of roll you need? Is this a
Imagine-
history? Is
Roll
this
of the
Arcana?
imagination.
Is this a persuasion?
I mean,
Play
yep.
the DM to let us know.
Persuasion. That's how that works for sure. I mean, did you ask that in character to the group?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I'll say Zoot, go ahead and make a Arcana or History, whatever, however you want it to go. Like generally, if you want to, because your answer obviously will depend on what you pick, but
Whichever modifier is
just
higher.
because you're so fucking old, oh, you don't know.
All these huge ass numbers.
Well,
I mean,
I'm old
like,
too, let me try.
All I would say is, sure. All I would say is, like, for you, Zoot, at least you're just like, you've made a lot of like weird little gadgets and stuff, and you've seen like magic items, and you're just like, I could see it. Like that's as far as your thought process goes. You've
Possible.
never heard of it. Atticus, honestly, same. Same. You're just like, yeah, it's possible. It sounds like a thing that might exist. You know, you've seen things that like can absorb water, for example, or absorb elements, but never exactly seen that kind of thing. I would say Atticus. I would say
Actually, never mind.
with that roll, something about this like almost gives you like a magical vibe for sure. Like it obviously, like the more you think about it, the more you sit here and look at it, it's like doesn't seem like it would just be a sharp dagger. You know, like there's got to be something about it that's special, or like not really sure what, but doesn't sound quite right just for it to be a really sharp dagger.
I relay that.
Fuck this
So
tavern
we are
music.
dealing with a
This is spooky
A
music
I mean, if
now.
you
magical
but
being
if
of
you
some
stab
sort.
anyone with a dagger, they're gonna bleed.
Not if they used magic to clean it up or prevent that. You know, it may be one of those invisible monsters that I, thought I remembered when they attacked the people. Why I was framed, it could be the same.
You know, once you say that, looks a little familiar.
Familiar. How so?
Like the more, like after you say that out loud, you're just like, you didn't really get much of a look at the bodies, but you don't remember seeing a whole lot of blood either.
At the expedition?
Yeah.
Bastard. This does look kind of like all the people in that expedition. God, it must be them. How are they?
You mean the invisible monsters?
Yes. Yes.
Could it be a vampire? They like suck bloods too, right?
But isn't there only one hole?
I check
Her
again.
ears are bleeding, but I don't think vampires go for the ear as their orifice of preference.
It does. It's just one little like slit. It's just comes at the angle. Just one fangs it. No, it doesn't look like a hole like that. It's like a. I'm just picturing that. It just looks so dumb in my head. Ah. It's fine. So what do you guys want to do?
Mourn.
Yeah, Alex.
fair.
God, be a little empathetic.
Jesus,
He's
my
got a whole
cousin just
family.
I got a house. No.
That was pretty good.
Well, Atticus, how would you like us to go about making burial arrangements? Or you said there's no family in the city she should be notified of, but she wishes to say goodbye to family. So, is
Well,
there someone we could write to?
Some right to what? What do you mean?
Someone we could write to on her
Oh.
behalf?
I'm not sure if they would accept a note from me, but I suppose we could go to Alnora and tell her family.
I do think this is a bit time sensitive. I think she lives here in town,
She's from
she lives in
Eleanor.
Alnora.
so her house is in Eleanor. She doesn't have a house
Yes.
here. I think we could bury her here. I don't, unless you wish to transport her back there. I don't know the logistics of transporting a body.
Well, see, the pontiffs have a certain tradition. When burying bodies and mourning the dead, they. Ever since we turned into a Sini, we burn bodies kind of in a cremating kind of way, but with magic, in order to celebrate our magical roots.
We could do that.
Do you
Yes,
know how to
we-
You
perform
could bring
this?
the ashes back with you.
Yes, we could do that here. It doesn't matter where. Yes, I'll have to buy a jar of some sort.
I still have a jar.
I have a jar of ashes, actually. from those fucking skeleton
You have a jar of
things.
ashes, and now you have a jar of
I have a
ashes.
jar.
All right. Well, perfect. All right.
Perhaps
We should.
do this outside.
Yeah, probably not here.
Maybe
In-
somewhere where
inside.
there's not many people.
Yes, indeed.
I will go inform the innkeeper.
And how are we going to transport a body without getting weird looks and stuff? Oh dear.
You never
I
been
will
in
ask
Shurchal, honey.
Maybe
You
he has a
just
cart.
carry her. You can just carry her.
I don't think Atticus is strong enough. I'm going to go tell
Excuse
the
me.
innkeeper, and then I will come back and assist.
Okay, you come
Would
down.
someone help me carry her?
Tell him.
We'll help pick her up. Like a little child.
I am small child.
And then I'm going to have Atticus lay a sheet over her.
We'll do that.
And I will carry her downstairs.
Alrighty.
Didn't know
And
Vesper was that
preferably
strong.
out of back door. I climb ribbons for an occupation.
Doesn't mean you got the musculature. I don't know. Wasn't
Alright.
aware. Haven't seen the strength.
The
to
bartender
task yet.
will show you a way to get kind of out the side door.
Okay.
You guys are now walking amongst the city. I really just want to max volume this track just so you guys get the real feel of Shurchal. How fucking
No.
loud it is.
Please no.
But
Are
it's only
these green areas like little parks?
yeah.
Alright.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was water.
That would be blue.
It's like, why are there so many small ponds?
And why are they
I will
green?
I will make my way to this green area.
Teal.
Okay.
So many small pond tips.
Oh my.
Nope.
Get out.
Alright, you guys start making your way over towards the little park. Collectively.
Oh.
Sorry. Find your way into this nice little park. There's a little pond along the way, a few places for children to play, ball games going on. But overall it's just a nice area of green, which in the city hard to find. Well, outside the Emerald Gates.
I will lay her down and just
Here,
let Atticus do
shut this shit up for a little bit.
what Atticus wants to do. Is there anything that you want to say?
I don't have many words, but she will be missed, and she would have made a great addition to our party, and an even better friend.
She
I got a
seems to
message.
be a lovely woman.
Yes, yes, indeed.
So how do you want to go about doing this? I am assuming this message will tell me the answer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Alright. So Atticus.
Oh, and before I do this, I'm gonna recite her name in full because
Hell yeah.
Pontiff.
Guys, there's more. No,
There's more. But
No. That was the whole.
there should be.
I ended at the Pontiff. There should be.
Pontifilis. Spodifilis.
Maximilius
Sniffles.
Sniffles.
Syphilis.
Oh god.
Just ends with syphilis. No. That's not how that works. Um, where'd you? d- b- Wait, hold on.
Am I confused about something?
I don't think you get that.
I'm going to make
Oh, yeah, I confused something. Damn. Hmm.
Oh.
Okay, how about instead I'm going to I'll put down my oh, I need to update my picture. Or I'll put my wand and my like arcane focus thing away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wave my hands over her.
Okay.
Recite something in a language that most people don't understand. I'll make sure. Actually, never mind. They might. Someone might.
What is it?
Might be someone. Vorjak, you understand this?
Hmm.
Alrighty.
And then, as I do, blue flames erupt on her body.
Alrighty. And slowly burns away.
I guess we'll collect the ashes. Put it in
Collect.
the jar.
Easy enough.
I'll add another jar of ashes into my fucking inventory.
Jar of
Jar-
cats,
Make
yeah.
sure you put like a name on it so that you
Yeah,
know which
yeah.
one is which.
Jar of ashes, cousin. Jar of ashes, stranger.
Wasn't the strangers skulls that tried to fireball us?
I know.
I want it to be known that Prospero tears up a little bit. Bad boy.
Sad boy.
The job never gets easier.
I'll hold Prospero's hand.
I squeeze.
Nice. Alright, so you've gathered those ashes. What would you like to do now? Back into the city?
Back into the city.
Alrighty, you leave the piece of the park and the moment behind for Shurchal once more. The loudness that it brings.
Hope your camera's gone.
Yeah, I restarted my page because I had a little, I don't even know what it was. It was just sitting there.
Ah.
It was like a little like word that, whatever, doesn't matter. It wouldn't go away. All right, what are you guys doing now?
What are we doing? We still have to. Oh,
So are we going to do that job? Should we wait here or should we get going?
Oh, so that yeah, the
So-
job's on the 30th, so we'd have to stick around for another 5 days.
What do we even do for 5 days?
Hang out.
Some rest.
I think we should then, if we're going to be here for that time, we should write to the family. I know they might not accept the letter, but I think they should know.
all right. I will draft up a letter to
There's so many fucking
Vita
cows.
Cornelius Caduceus Pontiff.
Wait, this might not be a good idea, because if you're the one writing the letter and they already think you're a murderer, then they might think you killed her. So,
But if they knew her, they would probably know our relationship and how she was. Well, no, actually they wouldn't. Well, the time will come and I will find her and I will tell her and tell her family.
alright.
At least I know who to look for.
Too bad everyone thinks you're a murderer. That does...
Prospero, do you have to keep
Yeah.
bringing that up?
It is rather bad, isn't it, Prospero?
Yes, I pity you, friend.
Wow, I'm so glad you can pity me.
Yes, me too.
Oh dear. What were you gonna say earlier, Gozak? I think you
I
said.
said we could just hang out
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
until we have to leave.
Well, we could.
Should we probably inquire as to what we'd be transporting?
I don't mind, but if you guys want to know, yes, of course. I think that was our plan for today before
What if it's a
other things
giant
happened.
anti-magic thing, Atticus, and you won't be able to do magic while we're around it?
Well, that'd be fine.
What's
I
that
have this
called?
big lunk of metal with a glaive that can kill everything for me.
Yeah, point at Vorjak. I also point at Zoot because he's actually a big lump of metal for the most part.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a glaive.
Oh, he doesn't have a glaive.
He's
But he
got
could. I
rocket
mean, if he
arms and
just goes to the
lightning
market
arms
and spends like 30
a little,
gold, he could
little
be.
slave just goes. "Zoop."
I don't know if you have the Iron Man nanotechnology yet, where you could just make any weapon you want, but
Hold up, yet. I get that eventually.
I heard a yet.
I heard it yet.
yeah, if you just wait like 20 million years and then advancements are made, and so
Would it
Vesper,
be
as you
worth
no, keep going.
I was just gonna say, would it be worth finding like some work to do in the city if we're just going to be waiting 5 days?
I suppose. Keep ourselves busy. Try not
I
to
mean-
think about how my cousin just died.
I'm sorry, Atticus.
No, it's fine. I'm just
Perhaps you should have a drink or 2 or 3.
Oh, well, I'm not much of an alcoholic, but at night I will have a few drinks, I suppose, when it's socially acceptable.
Honey, it's socially acceptable to drink whenever when someone dies.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
why?
Oh, it's very nice of you, Prospero, considering you've given nearly almost all of your money away.
I'll buy more. I buy around.
I bet Prospero has more money than I do right now.
Prospero didn't get blinged out though. As you guys are walking
I look cute.
through the city, Vesper, you see a man run up to you and hand you an envelope, and he just goes, there was a lady who told me to give this to you. And he just like awkwardly nods and runs away, back the way he came.
Alright.
From your mother, perhaps.
Is there anything written on the envelope?
No, but you do see a stamp, and it looks kind of like as if you put on a bunch of lipstick and then like kiss someone's cheek. It's got the same shape to it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely from her mother then.
This is very odd. I will open it.
Just give me a second.
And it explodes.
And con save. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Only a little bit though.
Only slightly joking. But also totally joking.
Unless.
So you guys are walking along. Anyone else got anything to say or do, or anything you guys want to do during the day? We might just end here actually. Might be a good spot.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Besides
should.
looking for work.
Yeah, I feel like we should talk to the people about that job today. So
True.
I agree.
He do it.
Sure.
Alrighty, so you guys are heading over to the market that is on the flyer, I suppose. Head over there, find the guy who, or not the guy, a guy who seems to be packing up several carts, or at least he's got several kind of tucked behind this like large like building. Looks kind of like a factory or something of the sort. One of them is what he is filling. He's got a bunch of men working out there and a couple people doing things from the inside and pulling things out there. It looks like he's hauling lumber, and they're stacking it up on the carts. And as you approach, he just goes, "Can I help you?" Yeah, let's probably say that to Vorjak, since I'm assuming you were leading the way there.
weird stuff up. We found your flyer.
Oh, for the job at the end of the month? The caravan job?
Or for the job on the 30th.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have questions or I mean it's the 25th today, so
Where are you moving?
moving lumber. He just like points to the giant piles of wood. like duh. He doesn't say that, but that's like the kind of face he has. He's like, whatever.
Do people attack people for wood?
People attack people on the road sometimes. It's a long distance, so if that's why you're wondering the pay.
How much lumber are you planning on transporting?
7 carts. You get gestures at the line of carts. Is there a problem, or are you guys accepting the job?
I'll look at Vesper.
I'll look at Prospero.
I'll look at Atticus.
Is there any particular reason why you have to wait till the 30th to leave?
No. It's just gonna line up nicely with our delivery time, and we gotta load it up still. Some of it's still in process. We don't just find this stuff. I mean, gotta make it. Tree goes in,
Fine.
wood comes out.
Delivering there. That's fine.
Any chance we could get 300? No, I'm kidding.
There it is.
Fine.
It'd be worth a shot.
What was that? He says to you, Prospero.
Any chance you'd be willing to push it to 300? We are excellent workers.
Can you prove that?
I
Yeah.
point at Vorshak.
Would you like us to do another task in the meantime?
Got 3 badges.
I literally just point at Vorshak. Say no more.
I don't have any other jobs.
How would you suggest we prove it?
I don't really know. I just, hey, why don't you get out here? And he nods at the guy inside, and you just see this like through the door frame. You see this this Goliath form kind of dug down just a little bit, just so you can make sure he gets through the frame. He's large even for a Goliath. And he walks over and he's just like looks at the guy, and the guy's like, "Why don't you arm wrestle him just for fun?"
Alright.
Best 2
Or
out of
that
3.
has
Wait, Vorshak, go ahead.
If Vorjak had slaves, he'd be rolling it up.
Yeah.
Say best 2 out of
If
3,
he
just
loses,
for fun.
we're all screwed though.
I
So.
And you see a lot of the
Nothing
guys
else
like
to
looking
do.
around, and they're just like the production slows down a little bit. Everyone's kind of just like peeking. They're still like, the guy that you were talking to kind of looks over at them, is like, gives them this like dirty look. But other than that, they're kind of like looking over as they go. Go ahead and make a athletics check for me. As you guys get a table, sit down there on little like, pretty much like a stub of wood. Ooh, okay. This guy, you guys fight back and forth for a little while. Vorjak starts gaining ground, and then this guy pushes back. So far he is not best 2 out of 3. I guess we'll do it in this way where it's a little different. But he has not pinned you yet, Vorjak, but he is pushing your hand down. So go ahead and roll athletics again. Alrighty. You push him back to the center, and almost slightly pushing back his way. Go ahead and roll again. Oh god, these rolls. Vorjak, you heading him down a little bit. You've turned the tide all the way back to his side. Go ahead and roll again.
Ooh, ooh.
And
Get him.
the Goliath's arm
Good luck.
slaps the table.
Let's go.
And the Goliath just kind of nods at you. He's like, nice. Walks back in, tucks his head down low so he can walk through the frame again. And the guy just goes, yeah, alright. 250.
Nice.
Looking at Prospero.
What?
250.
Okay.
Something goes wrong, then maybe we'll bump it up to 300.
Okay.
It'll go wrong. It's D&D.
Bound to go wrong.
Just a nice 14 days of travel, or what? No, it's not gonna be 14. It's gonna be like 6 something. All right, you guys are hired for 250.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Now what do we
Don't
do for the rest of the 5 days?
Well, I mean,
Sounds
this
like
is a
next
big
week's
city.
problem.
We could find
What's a week?
work somewhere else, I suppose. Perhaps there's a job listing.
Perhaps we could volunteer in the other area, like the squabble.
Volunteer work down our alley.
You're the one who was all like,
Volunteer to
Why would
surgically
you-
remove the back of your kneecaps.
oh man.
Oh.
Not wrong though.
It did
have-
happen. We have a history of that.
It has literally happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right.
Well,
So I'm gonna say we're gonna end it here, but if you guys want to talk about whatever you think you want to do or any discussion in general,
I honestly don't know.
What?
no.
What do we do? Zoot's tots. Zoot wants to start an orphanage in the area. You know, fund it.
Actually,
Yes.
okay. I want to see if I, up in the Opal District, can find like work performing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will keep that in mind.
I'll do a little performance for the Lord, you know, like court jester like.
Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, then we'll just end it here and good shit.
Good shit.